Let's get it. Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Untitled Chapter. Yo, this is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. We're coming at you live and direct from the one and only sports broad that you need to be going to, live and direct from Shawkees. Yo, it is September 21st. You are officially listening to Volume 8, Episode 6, track number 460. Can you believe it? We've done 460 of these things, but this is track 460 out of MyT Sports Podcast. And boy, do we have a big show for you today. I guess I didn't have the mic on. It's okay. We coming back around the way. Folks, we got some Monday Night Football to talk about. Actually, I don't even know if it's Monday Night Football. We got some Monday Night blowouts that we got to talk about. We're going to talk. Listen, guys, very importantly, let's get serious for a second. You guys make sure that you go out there and you vote, right? You understand November 8th is like November 8th, November 5th. You know what I'm talking about. First week of November is right around the corner. All right, this is the important vote that actually matters, the one for your local officials. Everybody always gets all up in the uproar for the voting of the president, when the president is really just a figurehead. He's like the CEO of a company. He don't do no damn work. All he does is go to meetings all day. I'm just saying he ain't the one with the boots on the ground. Well, but who is your local officials that are coming up for election in a couple of months? So you guys make sure if you're not registered to vote, go ahead and get registered to vote, and you go out there and you vote. And some of the changes that you actually are complaining about and you want to happen, this is at the level that you make it happen. Pay attention to what's going on in your states, people. You understand? There's about 9 states out there trying to pass slavery again. Yes. I know, crazy, right? You wouldn't even think it. You may even think like I know in the other 41 states, you may be thinking like, wait, what the fuck? I didn't even hear about this because it's not in your state. Or maybe you are in one of those states and you didn't even know about it. I'm gonna have that up next time for the podcast. There's about 9 states out there right now trying to reenact slavery. Pay attention. This is the election that you want to vote for. If there's a way that you could go ahead and try to make sure that women keep their abortion rights, let's go ahead and and make sure you vote for that as well. These are the votes that matter. So like I said, before we get too serious into the podcast, make sure you guys go out there, you get registered to vote, and when November comes around, you go out there and vote because, miss, your vote matters. Now let's get back into the sports, folks. We're going to talk about Monday Night Football. We're going to talk about Thursday Night Football. We're going to talk about a couple of retirements, maybe. I've been putting off this retirement announcement for about the last 5 shows. Actually, yes, I've had it on deck from the beginning of the season. I haven't been able to get to it yet. Maybe we get that chance this time around, folks. Well, of course, we're going to get into free BG because BG is still incarcerated. If you don't know who BG is, we'll give you a little rundown of this famous star who happens to be locked away. Right? We're going to I'm talking about Kyrie Irving's words about controversies. Right? We're going to get into Bud versus Errol. We're going to give you guys an injury report. We got the Suns and Mercury being sold. I know things move fast, but they say, like, if you're a religious person, right, especially if you're in the deep south, I'm talking deep south black people, right? Like, whoa, Lord, the love works in mysterious ways, don't it, child? Woo, child. Because, man, this thing is moving fast, as it should, because the beginning of the season is right around the corner. I don't think you guys realize the NBA season is just about 21 days away. And the only reason I know that, because I know they're supposed to start like around October 18th. And the show that I'm raffling tickets for is on October 21st. And I know that's exactly 21 days away. That's 21 days left. 21 days left for you to be able to get your raffle ticket, folks. We're going to get into that a little bit later on the show, folks. So we're going to give you injury reports. We're going to talk Suns versus Mercury. We're going to talk about Judge and him hitting another banger. We got the Yankees game over here in the background. So if he bangs another one out of the yard, you guys are going to get updated with that immediately as soon as I turn my head and I can see it, to be honest with you. Like, because I'm not really focused on the game. Like, my back is turned to the game. So I may just... I think I'm gonna put the mic down. That way you guys can hear me more. Because I feel like when I talk into the mic, I don't talk into the other mic properly. Like, I feel like I don't give you guys the kind of love that you need. Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. I'm talking to myself. I'm a crazy guy. Like, that's the thing about it, right? I feel like everybody that has their own radio show, right? Everybody that has their own podcast, you in a way are kind of crazy, or you in a way is crazy in the sense that people like to consider crazy. We're going to get into some Florida man talking about crazy. We're going to talk about all that and more on the Mighty Sports Podcast. Because you know what they say, regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the Mighty Sports Podcast. Hey, yo, coach, what else do we tell them?
Play to win the game. Hello?
Hello. I seriously do feel like most people are crazy that have their own show. I do. Because honestly, right? You never know if anybody's, and granted, you can see, right? You can see if somebody's watching. You can see if somebody's listening. I kind of like that. Whoa, come back to me. What did I just do there? Yeah, I like that. Right? You can see if somebody's watching. You can see if somebody's listening. But more importantly, right? What really gets everything going is that. Sure. Wait, back up. I had two different thought patterns. See, my brain got scattered for a second. All right. You know, they don't know everybody's ever watching or listening. So in a weird way, you're talking to yourself. In a weird way, you're sitting there in a room, right, wherever they're at, sitting in a studio, and you just blurting, right? And granted, like sometimes you get callers that call in and you realize, okay, I'm not just here talking to myself. I'm actually here talking to the peoples, and the peoples are hearing me and they're reacting. But for the most part, they're like, yo, I'm just a dude on a soapbox. Like I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Bart Scott. I don't care if you're Stephen A. Smith. I don't care if you're Alan Horn. Like I don't care which one of you guys. I don't care if it's Dave Rothenberger. Right? You understand? I don't care if it's Ebro. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like all of you is kind of insane, because really what you've been doing your whole lives is talking to yourselves, hoping that people will listen. Because I'm doing the same exact thing, and it's the only reason I know that you're crazy, because I'm crazy. I know I'm a little crazy. Like these same conversations that I'm having right here with you guys now. You don't think I've had these with myself as well as other people? I've had this conversation with nobody in the room. And anybody outside tonight? Anybody outside tonight? I can't see, all the bright lights are out. But for real, like we are all kind of wired a little bit differently. But before we get about the people that are wired differently, let's get into a couple of people that have some things in common right now, right? And if you guys know how we do around this time, we like to start off every single show with a little birthday shout out. We like to get everybody into the birthday party. Yes, folks, a nice little birthday party to start off the MyT Sports Podcast. So, hey, yo, DJ MyT, do me a favor. I hope everything is loaded right. Drop that beat. Yeah. You like that? I like that. You like that? I like that, because yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. If you guys don't know what happens right at this time, folks, right now it's the birthday party of the Mighty Sports Podcast. What we like to do, we like to open up the doors, right? What we do is we let the birthday people in the podcast first. We let the birthday people in the podcast first. We let the birthday people in the podcast first. And what you guys get to do, right? We give a little shout out to everybody that had a birthday the last time that we were live on air. So the last time that we were on air, folks, we have about 3 birthdays to go ahead and give a nice little shout out to. And boy, I am ready, because I feel, you know what, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I say the same thing every single time, but I have no problem saying the same thing every single time, because I feels like that about almost every single, but I know every single birthday shout out, every single birthday party, I feel like there's somebody special. I'm like, hey, yo, I'm really happy to get this person a birthday shout out today, you know? And the person, so let's get to the birthday shout out. Actually, hey, Ayo, you know what to do, right? The rest already there. My man, I gotta get a producer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking for a producer, right? What's that called? What's that word called? Not a freshman, intern. There we go. I'm looking for it. But you stick with me, you get opportunities though. And it's gonna be opportunity to work on a baseball team, like with a baseball league. There's gonna be opportunity to make it down to Island TV studio as well. We got things in the work on the Mighty Sports Podcast. So understand, like, yo, you're gonna have me here like working with me, and there ain't things in the working. Like, yo, if my man's in them like had shit going down for real, and I thought I could depend on. I'm like, hey, yo, guess what? I got some more gigs coming up. But hey, I know it's hard for me people to get off in the middle of a Tuesday, middle of a Thursday. Let's back up. Give it again.
MyT.
Yeah. Right. It's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. The first birthday we got to shout out to is on September 20th. We have a birthday for Sandra Akavaria? Am I saying that right? Akavaria. I'm trying to roll that off. Akavaria. Want to say happy birthday to Sandra, right? First birthday, want to give a shout out to. That's the only birthday that we had for yesterday. And folks. Yes, I want you to like the podcast. Yes, I want you to share the podcast. Yes, I want you to subscribe to the podcast so you can hear that little bing bong every time that we go live. But more importantly, right now, if you know anybody with a birthday yesterday and today, you go ahead and you let me know. You at me right now. You tell me, right? You hit me in the comments. And I'll go ahead and I'll give them a birthday shout out for, hey, yo, look at this nice little something coming up here. Hey, yo. See, that's kind of the good thing about it, right? Right? So you guys, you let me know if you have anybody that has a birthday, right? We're going to move on. We got birthdays for the 20th, right? And on the 20th, we got a birthday for Nikki Zuma. I can be your Zuma. Zuma. I can be your Zuma. Zuma. Right? We got a birthday for Nikki Zuma. But more importantly, right? I should say more important because everybody's birthday is equally important. But the birthday I was looking forward to. Hey, DJ MyT, do me a favor. Cut that beat. The birthday I was looking forward to is for the birthday for the innovator. For the one, the only, the platinum pro wrestling, platinum weight champion. Malik Bo C D. And folks, I don't know why I haven't done this before. Malik, I hope you're listening. I hope you're watching. Because first we got there. I know Malik from announcing that Platinum Pro Wrestler, right? He is the champion. He's been the champion for a while. But if anybody knows Malik, you guys get his attention. I hope you're listening. I hope you're watching, Malik. I'm calling you out. I want to get you on the Mighty Sports Podcast for an interview. I want you right here on the show. Let's make that happen. You hear me, champ? I'm calling you out. Me and you. How you doing? I'm okay. People look at me like I'm crazy over here. It's the Mighty Sports Podcast. It's always a blast on the Mighty Sports Podcast. In case you guys ain't know. So if you guys, I know somebody's watching that knows Malik Bo City. You hit him up. You tell him I said happy birthday. One, because today's his birthday. All right? Hope you want to wish you happy birthday. All of you. Want to wish you all a happy birthday. Hope you party hard. Hope you regret nothing. I hope you enjoy everything. But more importantly, you continue to stay. You understand? But after you tell him I said happy birthday, you tell him I'm calling him out. You know, like I could have done that real easy, like just be like, hey, I'd like an interview. But we're in a different kind of world, right? Like you just don't ask for interviews. You call people out and you wait for their music to hit, and then all of a sudden, somebody just comes down, walks up for an interview. Like that's how it happens on TV. It ain't gonna quite happen like that today, right? But we're gonna make that interview happen. Listen, it hit me today. I don't know why it didn't hit me. Maybe because I saw the birthday. I was like, yo, I haven't got him on here for an interview. Listen, all of you Platinum Pro Wrestling champions, look out. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for all of you. One by one. I'm gonna pick all of yous off. First, I'm coming for the platinum. I'm coming for the platinum weight champ, and I'm coming for the diamond weight champ. I'm coming for all of them. Right? I'm coming for the Starlight champion. Right? I'm coming for the what's the other one? Damn it! Right? I'm coming for the doubles division. I'm coming for all of you. Interviews, me and yous, right here, Mighty Sports Podcast. Let's get into our first topic of the day. Let's get serious for a minute. Let's get physical. Let's get physical. right? And the only reason we got to get physical on this one, right, is because we're talking about a physical sport here. Or I would even want to say if I want to call it a physical sport, as much as I want to call it a physical activity. And I ain't gonna lie. I don't think while I'm at Sharky's, I'm ever gonna sit down for the podcast ever again. I get too reserved sitting down. Let's back this up. Like, chill, you look good, won't you back that ass up? For real, right? And like I said, I don't know if we're so much talking about a physical activity as much as we're talking about, physical sports, as much as we're talking about a physical activity here, right? What we are talking about is that coming into the show today, at start time of the show today, I don't know who put that extra point on the board yet. So that's the reason I'm being very particular with my words. We had you had the one, the only. Let's see if I can do something. Y'all bear with me. See, the beautiful thing is that I'm smarter than them. Why did I have a feeling that the motherfucker that hopped in their truck, blasting their music suddenly was gonna do some dumb shit passing by? No doubt they blew their big ass ear horn. I got you, go. I know you guys had to be muted for like 5 seconds. There he goes. There he goes. Give me one more. You listen to the show? Give me one more. How did I know that was gonna happen? How did I know that motherfucker was gonna do that? Listen, sometimes you gotta understand how to read your peoples. We alone again? Oh shit. Alrighty. So like I said, let's get back into it, right? It's more of like a physical activity. It's more about amount of physical activity than it is a physical sport. It's a physical action, and what this action is home run hitting, folks. We have Aaron Judge. We have is he coming back? Oh, that's not him. We have Aaron Judge, folks, out here hitting home run number 60. And what that does, folks. Yes, hold on. You want to hear it again? You want to hear it again? I know Yankees fans want to hear it again. What that means is that Aaron Judge is officially one home run away from being the all-time Yankee leader. He is 2 home runs away from being the all-time leader. If I have that correct. He has still a way to go to catch that full record. There's about 14, 13 games left. There's still time for him to bang out another dozen home runs. But what's going to end up happening, those bats are going to have to come alive. Those bats are going to have to get hot soon. Aaron Judge, so far, he's been doing everything. And when I mean everything, right? Listen, some of you guys didn't get muted. You guys, some of you guys caught that. I know. I see you guys. I see you guys in there like, yo, what the fuck was that? Listen, it was the ear horn in the back. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But his bat's gonna really have to. Aaron Judge's bat's gonna really have to come alive if he's going to break the overall home run record that is in the books. Now, again, I told you this, right? I told you this multiple times. Hey, yo. That it's almost a 50-50 split, right? Probably like 55-45. I said almost a 50-50 split of damn. Cooler. Like almost a 50-50 split of how many people think that the record as it is now is the record, or the record that Aaron Judge is about to beat is the record. Is it 63, 62, or is it 74? Right? That's what's trying to be determined here. And I don't know to be determined here. Is that's probably the polarizing thought around his home runs. Now, the good thing about it is that it's still a way for him to be celebrated, highly celebrated, because while he may not get the overall home run record, what he will get is not only the Yankees home run record to put him as the greatest Yankee hitter of all time, right? Home run hitter of all time. But he's also going to get the American League home run record at that as well. And Aaron Judge's home runs matter. It isn't like some of these other guys that are hitting home runs or doing well on other teams and their team isn't winning. Not only is this team winning, they're on top of the AL East, they're behind only the team that shall not be named. Their record right now, what's their record? 89-58. So as we told you before, we're gonna keep a track. We're gonna keep an eye on this. We're gonna keep a track on this all day long, right? We're gonna keep you guys on G to watch. That's literally what it is. We're gonna keep you guys up on G to watch, and we will make sure that as Jeter continues to not. Yo, I'm wilding. I'm really wilding. I said G to watch, and I was saying G to watch. Why y'all gonna let me say G to watch? We're gonna keep you guys up on Judge watch, and as Judge continues to bang these home runs out, we're gonna let you guys know. We're gonna make sure every single listen, and it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful because, damn, it's beautiful that all the regular fans like myself, right? Not only are fans like myself, right, tuned in and watching every game. Now you're starting to get the casual fans now, starting to come in. I started to watch every single game, and it's official now, right? It's not now the casual fan, right, or the regular fan, the Yankee fan, the baseball fan, the casual fan. You no longer gotta have to say, okay, damn, where can I watch this Yankees game at? You don't have to say to yourself, damn, how can I catch this? You don't have to say to yourself, damn. Because ESPN, and I think ABC, whoever, I think ESPN and ABC, yes, right, I couldn't say that. ESPN and ABC said that they are going to start cutting in to every Aaron Judge at bat from now to the end of the season. I don't know what else you want. Like, seriously, I seriously don't know what else you want from that. That is as much as you can ask for, because now you get every fan, right? You get the casual fan. That's the you get the Yankees fan, you get the baseball fan, right? You get the casual fan, and you get the fan that may not even be paying attention. Suddenly they look at it like, oh, what's going on? That's right, Aaron Judge, and they get reminded, and now everybody gets to see history. Now, part of the reason why this is boiling my blood or is getting me excited is because this reminds me of when Barry Bonds and Sosa and Mark McGwire was out there chasing that home run record. And every time they were up to bat, they were panning into them. That's what this is reminding me of now. Because now they're going to do this for Aaron Judge. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's a wonderful thing to see. If you're a baseball fan, right? And really, I really want to say this probably for the more baseball fanatics, right? Like the baseball super fans. If you're a baseball fan, you have to kind of be happy about this, right? You kind of have to be excited about this in a way. Because if this is the sport that you love, then now your sport gets extra exposure. Like, I'm a basketball fan, right? I am a supreme basketball fan. Anytime I can watch extra basketball, I'm happy about it. Anytime basketball that I like to see finds a way to make it to the public eye, I love. You understand? Why you think for the whole entire year I spent the time on the podcast letting you guys know, and I'll continue to let you know. You can subscribe to the whole entire season of the WNBA for $24.99. And honestly, for their league, I think it's probably not only is that the best price, it's also the best thing to do for them. Because their games are a little sporadic. Right? Their games are a little sporadic, and you may not always get the opportunity to watch their games live, but you may be able to go to it right after, right? That may be the thing for them. Like, you may not be able to catch their games live, all of their games live, because you may not be able to depend on it by easy faith. You may not be able to depend on it like, oh, just casual viewing of ESPN, like, oh, here goes the women's game. It's not. The games sometimes aren't frequent enough, especially if you're watching one team, right? Sometimes it's not frequent enough for you to put it on a planner like that. A couple things are gonna have to happen for the WNBA. They're gonna have to add either more games or more, probably both, more games and more teams to their season. They're gonna have to pay players more. And you really have to find a way to avoid football Sunday during the finals. Listen, ladies, I love you. I love you with every inch of my boner. I mean with every ounce of my blood. Sorry.
Hey, ladies.
Yeah, I'm scratching my ass. Right in the crease. Mosquitoes, yo, they joined in my shorts. They got to me, B. You have to find a way to change it. I don't know when you're gonna put on your league. It's tough. You have to avoid football. You really do. Like you're gonna have to incorporate. I know you're looking at it like, hey, Sunday is just that day. Sunday is the day that most people are off. It's that top viewing day, but the whole entire country is watching football. Me, from a fan of yours, me from a person that pays for your league pass, me an individual that took the opportunity, right, to watch every single game. I haven't watched game 5 yet, to be honest. Game 4 yet, to be honest with you. If you're not gonna find a way to avoid Sundays, then you're definitely gonna have to get more games, get more teams, and stick with the football of the league pass, and stick with a decent price, an affordable price for the league pass. If you get more teams and you get more games, I won't mind paying $50 a year for it. Seriously. The NFL right now is doing theirs for $80 for the year. Just to soak that in. Yes, folks. The NFL Plus is $80 for the year. I don't know why I'm promoting them. I ain't getting a cut of this. So WNBA, if you can get, you're already getting 24. Like, you understand? Keep bumping that up a little bit. Get a couple more teams in there, right? Like 4 more teams into the league. We got to get a team down here in South Florida. Oh my God, we got to get a team down here in South Florida. I don't know what everybody's waiting for. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna have to start going super aggressive, like on tagging like Dwayne Wade, Oprah Winfrey, Pitbull. What's the fat motherfucker called? The fat boy to rock? No, I'm joking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Feel like I should wear my own suits. Mary Bach when that nigga's gonna be seeing you. They're gonna be Rick Ross. There we go. I put the tip in where I'm seeing you. Massage table set up in the room. Deshaun Watson, why I have the flu. I'm okay. That means you're getting sick with it. I'm tripping. All right, so let's get back into it. All right, let's get into our next topic. All right, let's get into the March 4, right? Because like I said, I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. I don't feel like Aaron Judge hit that home run. I would have gotten an ESPN notification of some sort, and I haven't seen one as of yet. You know, I just looked a while ago. Pudding. Okay, so while Aaron Judge is over here taking big swings, right? Trying to go after massive records, right? Like walking softly, but definitely carrying a big stick. Like, he is definitely one of those guys, right? Like, you guys heard that saying before. Like, I talk softly, but I carry a big stick. That's Aaron Judge. He's that guy. Even after banging number 60 yesterday, right? Even after tying Babe Ruth, rightfully so and humbly so, what he talks about next is not about his accomplishment as his team comes back to win the game. He talks about the walk-off by Juan Carlos Stanton, as he should. Like, that is the team thing to do. That is the non-me thing to do. And if you've never met a if you ever met a non-me guy, if you ever met such a team guy in your life, Aaron Judge is that team guy. He really is. Now, something that has nothing to do with team at all. And we're talking about just mano y mano. Two men hop into a ring. They look each other in the eye. And they commence to fight. And folks, fighting is what we have on the table, folks. We had a trilogy come to an end. Now, I feel like this trilogy, get my Dan Orlovsky on. It really sounds like he made that song with his mouth. I swear to God. I feel like he got tongue tied. He did one of those. Right? But you didn't see him. He's like, he knows that's going to sound like. And it was like, fuck it. Let's run with it. It'll be funny. The Yankees are still up 6-7. 6-2, top of the seventh. My bad. 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Speaking of 2 balls, it's hot as fuck out here. So we had Triple G taking on Canelo for the 3rd time. Now, the first fight, people thought probably Triple G could have won. After the 2nd fight, he was completely dominated. 3rd fight, more of the same. It was a good trilogy, only in the sense that it was a good payday. Same way that Tyson versus Fury, right? No, Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury. What's the other guy's name? Damn it. No. Yeah, Tyson Fury. Damn it. I don't know why I'm forgetting the other guy's name. I feel like it's Tyson is Fury. Whatever. Let's just call it Tyson versus Fury. I can slip in my mind right now. It'll come back to me. Kind of like Tyson versus Fury, right? Where in that matchup, you saw while the first fight was super intriguing, right? And the first fight is where all the controversy was built off. And I guess that's what makes a good trilogy, right? Is that first fight needs to be kind of controversial. So that you can put on a second one. And even if it's 2, you still put on a 3rd one sometimes. That's because it's a good draw. I mean, like I said, Tyson versus Wilder. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Tyson versus Wilder as a trilogy. And like that first match had all of the controversy that you need, had all of the suspense that made the 2nd fight. And after you see the dominance of the 2nd fight, it was like, I don't know if this is going to hold up anymore. But eventually, you're going to have a 3rd fight in that scenario. The Triple G fight didn't really call for a 3rd fight, except for that it's a decent money fight, right? It's a decent draw. It's a decent payday for individuals. Both of them know that they still have enough of a name and enough of a draw, and they can command enough of a purse to make a 3rd fight between these 2 guys profitable. And when I say profitable in the sense that people want to see it, because that's really what makes any fight profitable, right? Do the people want to see it? That's what makes a regular fight different than a blockbuster fight. That's what makes a fight that you catch randomly on ESPN on a Tuesday night versus what you're catching Saturday at 10 p.m., Friday at 10 p.m. Like, are you a draw? Can you be sold to the public and people want to come see you? Triple G and Canelo has that. You know who else has that? A set of undefeated fighters. A set of fighters that we're talking about in, depending on who you ask. Yes, ask. All right, depending on who you ask, you're looking at pound for pound 1 and 2 in the world. Now, in most cases, you're not gonna get anybody that puts these guys out of the top 5. What's going on, Pimpin? I'm good. Ready for some trivia today? Yeah. We'll get it to give you a little bit.
What are we talking about?
Right now, we're talking about some of these fights coming up.
What, UFC?
Boxing actually. You know, the Triple G and Canelo fight just passed. They finished up their trilogy, but now we have a pound for pound fight coming up. Where I was just mentioning that if most people don't have these two guys as 1 and 2 pound for pound in the world, you're not gonna get anybody that puts any of them past the top 5. I'm saying top 5 to be generous, just to cover my ass. I don't feel like most people should put them at the top side of the top 3. We're talking about Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. They're finally gonna fight. Bud Crawford, 19-0, 15 knockouts. Errol Spence, 27-0, 21 knockouts. Errol Spence had a car crash. We're talking about the kind of car crash that when you look at it, you're like, holy shit, how did you walk away? And he didn't walk away in one piece. He had to go through recovery. He had to come back. He had to rehab. And even after rehab and after coming back, still on top of his fight game. And now that both of these guys are not, they don't have to worry about bullshit contracts or have to worry about their promoters holding up a potential fight because, oh, we don't know of this or we don't know of that. So we're waiting because, you know, promoters in boxing. And this is why UFC was able to steal so many boxing fans so easily, right? They gave people the fights they wanted all the time. They cut the politics, they cut the red tape. If you were good, you were good. If you were up for a number 1 contender shot, you were up for a number 1 contender shot. Like you know what I mean? I'm basically the main promoter here, and that's how we gonna do these fights. Boxing is the opposite. So for about 5 years now, it's like the promoters are waiting for the perfect storm. The promoters are waiting for the perfect payday. But you have to remember, while promoters are businessmen, fighters are gladiators. Their athletes are gladiators. You're warriors. You constantly want to put yourself up against the best. And it's never going to sit right with you that you're avoiding 7th inning. I thought that was a 7th score. I'm on judge watch. I'm on full-blown judge watch right now. Exactly. Right. He's on 60 right now. So you get 61, he holds that record.
See how much he offered that kid for the home run ball and he didn't take it?
I didn't even get into that. I didn't even talk about that.
That shit's crazy.
He offered him what was it, 50,000? No. 150,000.
And the kid said, no, I don't want the money to take the ball. I want to be on the field and on playoffs. So, all right, man.
Also, what he also said is that really all I want. He made a make-a-wish kind of wish. He was like, all I want is my two front. No, he's like, he's like, no, all I like. He's like, I'm gonna give this ball to you because I'm such a Yankees fan, and what I really want is for you just to come back. Yeah. I was like, damn. If I'm Aaron Judge, you gotta be looking at him like, you know what, kid, I want to come back, but they gotta pay me my motherfucking money. Aaron Judge is up to bat, folks. Everybody is tuning in. He swings, he grounds to first, he bobbles it, easy out to first. Okay, Aaron Judge gets out. Yeah. What's up at the top of the 7th, bottom of the 7th?
Probably has one more at bat.
He may get one more at bat. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's bottom of the 7th. They're up by 6. Are they up? Are they up right now? They may not, but depending on whatever they may listen. If they get through this lineup again, just know the score is gonna end up being like 12-2. Because they probably figured that's his last at bat, which screwed a lot of people last game. The last game, a lot of people started leaving. You Yankees fans, okay, you know what? Let's put a pause on these fights, right? Because I'm about to fight you Yankees fans out here, right? Yankees fans, have you not learned? Listen, guys, you know my location right now, right? I'm down here in South Florida, right? I am a stone's throw away from the Miami Heat Stadium. I was here that year. Did you guys learn nothing from leaving an arena early in games that matter? Seriously. Do you want to look like the Miami Heat fans like they looked that year? Do you remember how much shit we talked about them? How much shit was talked about them, period? You guys have not learned by that. And the bad thing about it, it wasn't like right now, right? Where he just batted and you're like, oh, he shouldn't have another at bat. The last game, it was full blown that you knew he had another at bat. And people started rushing. Now, granted, you have to understand the New York transit system as well. If you're not driving, most people don't drive in New York, right? So you're dependent on cabs, Ubers, or trains. If you're still dependent on a train to get you out of there, that train station closes at a certain time and doesn't open back up till like 4 a.m. Or you got to find a cab to possibly take you 2 boroughs. That's expensive. Or Uber to take you 2 boroughs. That's expensive. You know what I mean? Versus when you're like, damn, I done spent $100 over here feeding Shorty Grizzlies, trying to, you know what I mean, trying to impress her so I can feed her my Grizzly later, you know? And now I got to spend another $60 just to get home. Listen, she better take all of this Grizzly. You know? So I can understand some of those things. Like, you know what I mean? That person got to be, and I missed the home run? Like I missed the home run ball. She better play with these balls, right? So I understand some people leaving, but some of them was just those lazy fans are like, you know what? I'm going to get ahead of traffic. You played, you know, I wish I had that drop. Congratulations, you played yourself. like it is ridiculous. In this day and age, you should have better time. And it's not like you didn't know. The lineup is there. Not only not like the lineup is on the scoreboard. So you know the next 3 batters coming up. You knew Judge was coming up. Where he hit the home run too, empty. Like honestly, like at this point in time, why are most people even at Yankees games? I need a favor from you, Pimpin'. Not you. I'm talking to. But I need a favor. I want you to call somebody up for an interview. We're gonna talk about it, and you gotta come here too. Like it was completely empty. Like that's ridiculous. But we know that it happens. So now I know whoever's in that area. But you know what though? That's karma too, because the ball went into the hands of the right person, right? Not saying that if you would have taken, because I would have taken the 150.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, listen, Judge, I love you. I want you to come back. Man, take this 150. Still, okay, but I still want you to come back. like the only way I'll give up that $150, right? If I was a super duper fan like him, right? I'm a little older, right? I'm a little logical in that particular area. Not too logical when it comes to sports, right? I would have had a handshake agreement right then. Like, if I turn down that 150, are you gonna guarantee me you coming back to the team? Man, I can't. All right, then pay me the 250 then. Like, fuck that. Like, give me the 250. Like, the 150 was the hometown gift. We negotiate here. Give me 250. Give me. Listen, I'm trying to buy my mama. I'm trying to buy my mama a crib, and I'm trying to make sure my kids got cribs. Give me the full 250 mil. Wait, 250 mil? Yeah, 250 mil. I want the 250 mil. Like, give me the $250 million. Like, fuck all that. Oh, he offered 150,000? Yeah. No, I'm holding out for 2.5. Now listen, 2.5 got to be in there somewhere. I'll be back. All right, Pippin, appreciate you. Listen, when we come back, we'll be ready for some trivia. So, yeah, I don't get the kid, but I say the kid is sweet. Right? It went into the hands of the right person morally, right? Not to say that it's immoral to say that, hey, yo, I want money from you, because it's a ball that has monetary value, just like, you understand, and you have it, and it's in your possession. There's nothing said that you just have to give it up for GP. I don't care how much you like the Yankees. I love the Yankees. 150,000. I'm nah, B. You know what? Break me out some more. I need enough money to buy a crib, like full blown in Florida. And listen, I don't need to be on the coast, even though I would like to be. Or how about you buy me a crib and you like you buy me a crib and pay it off, like that, and you take care of the taxes for the next 10 years. Like, I'm trying to negotiate some shit like that, and I want season tickets. And the only reason I wanted to buy me a house in Florida so I could go ahead and rent that motherfucker while I live in New York. We talking about Yankees fans here. Yankees fans, call up. I want to hear from you. Dolphins fans, call up. I want to hear from you. Jets fans, Giants fans, call up. I want to hear from you. Phoenix Suns fans, Phoenix Mercury's fans, I want to call up. I want to hear from you. Las Vegas Aces fans, call up. I want to hear from you. Cowboys fans, call up. I want to hear from you. 49ers fans, call up. I want to hear from you. If you're listening through the Podbean app, that means you're listening to us through our call-in hotline. Call up, fans. I want to hear from you. Drop me your comments, wherever you're watching at, whether that's Facebook, whether that's Twitter, whether that's Twitch, whether that's YouTube. It doesn't matter. Any way that you at, drop some comments. We'll see it. We got you. We'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and address your questions, address your topics. Call in. And actually, if you can hear my voice and you're in South Florida, you're in the local area, Coral Springs, Tamarack, Fort Lauderdale, Margate, come through. We're at Sharky's, live from Sharky's. You know, it's at the corner of Royal Palm and Pine Island. You come down, folks. We're gonna be giving information out for our raffle pretty soon here. We still have a big show to talk about coming up. But while we continue talking about while we continue with our big show, let's talk about these big fights. Like I told you, we got Terrence Bud Crawford taking on Errol Spence. Both of these individuals are undefeated. Both of these individuals could be considered pound for pound the best in the world. You're not going to talk to a boxing aficionado in the world that's going to put them below their top 5. And if they do, then you may have to put on the gloves and test their boxing skills themselves for yourself. Just saying. That is a fight we're going to want to see. That is scheduled either for November 12th or November 19th. That's going to be the fight to see. That's also going to be one of those fights that even in an L, you can still come out with a moral victory. Even with an L, it is not going to completely stain your name. You would like to be the guy that's undefeated. But that one loss isn't gonna ruin you. That one loss isn't gonna ruin your mystique. You are taking on one of the other pound for pound best in the world. One of you have to win. I don't think there's been a time yet where either Errol Spence or Bud Crawford was taking on one of the top 3 pound for pound best in the world, one of the top 5 pound for pound best in the world, one of the top 2 pound for pound best in the world, wherever they rank that now. Somebody's pound for pound is going to go. One of these guys is going to really be looked at as pound for pound, and the fact that we have it in a division, and we have 2 people in the same division in the same weight class, we can actually see them go up against each other. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful thing. These are the things that fights are made out of. This is how you sell yourself. Like we just talked about it earlier. How do you become box office? You become box office by having 19 straight wins with 15 knockouts. You become box office by having 21 straight wins with 21 knockouts. Coming back from a car injury, people are not even sure if you can walk and still knocking people out. Pound for pound. Also in the fight world, folks, this is when things get a little loofy. This is where things get a little goofy. But we're talking about what moves dollars here and sells box office tickets. We have Anderson Silva taking on Jake Paul, folks. Calm down. Calm down. I already hear you guys. I already hear the rumblings. Calm down. Calm down.
Danger zone.
Anybody can be beat.
We have Anderson Silva, one of the greatest strikers in UFC history, one of the longest reigning champions in UFC history, taking on one half of the Paul brothers, one half of the brothers that helped change the promotion of the fight game, really helped get boxing back into the mainstream frame of view. They may be fugazi fighters, and as boxers, they keep fighting people that aren't boxers to keep telling people it's important. Anderson Silva, one of the greatest strikers in the game. He's also 56 years old at this point in time. Just to let you guys know. He's not good enough to fight in the UFC anymore. Dana White refuses to sign him. I'll even give him another fight. He already gave him his retirement fight twice. He refuses ever to do it ever again because he regrets it. He feels like this guy's been washed up. But Anderson Silva, see, this is one of those times, right? And you've seen it happen. We've talked about this years past in the podcast. And we talked about this years past when it came to players in their contracts, right? Sometimes your name is a bigger draw than what you are. This is one of those cases. Anderson Silva's name is a bigger draw than what he actually is. I should have got some empanadas. So when we hear Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul, what we hear is what I'm telling you. Anderson Silva, one of the greatest strikers in the game. Anderson Silva, longest reigning champion. Anderson Silva, one of the highest strike rates in the UFC. Anderson Silva, one of the highest make my opponents miss rates in the UFC. That's what we're gonna hear. What you're not gonna hear and remember that he's a 56-year-old washed-up fighter. That's not a boxer. He's just a really good striker in the UFC. 10 years ago. Just saying. That's who he's fighting. But it's a big enough name for Jake Paul to have his fight. Don't know if he's gonna try to turn on the lights in Madison Square Garden again, because the last time he did that, he fainted a back injury. It costs money to turn on the lights in the Garden. Let's not forget that. That fight is set for October 29th, folks. Just about 1 week after The Art of Lust 3. We're going to talk about The Art of Lust 3 in just a second. I know you wonder, like, damn, what's The Art of Lust? Yeah. I hope you're ready for this one. We about to get grown and sexy, for real. So while Jake Paul is going to be in a fight on October 29th, his brother, Logan Paul, the one that fought Mayweather, also the one that really doesn't fight any real boxers, right? And when he does, he puts stipulations in there to make sure he can't get knocked out. Let's remember, he went the distance with Mayweather, because Mayweather knocked him out on his feet and then held him up until he woke up. Go back and watch that fight. It's a point in time in it where Mayweather clips him right on the chin, and he is out on his feet. And he holds him up. He's like, hey, get your shit together. Come on, we got to fight to finish. And then Mayweather takes it. And then also remember, dude is 6'2". Mayweather is 5'7". Dude is like 240 pounds, 230 pounds. Mayweather is $150. But Logan Paul, he is set to fight on November 5th. In the one place I really do want to see him fight at. Yes, folks, I'm not big. Granted, I should have said I'm not big. I will watch every single Paul fight because they fight people that are intriguing, right? They fight people that you're at least willing to watch them fight. But this is one of those. Those are one of those spaces where I really want to see him fight, because Logan Paul is set to fight Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, the reigning, defending, Universal Champion of the world. He's the WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, and they're gonna fight on Crown Jewel on November 5th. Now, this is a big jump for him. He's been fighting guys like The Miz. He's done a couple of tag teams. He's been moving up, and then he calls out Roman Reigns. And not for nothing, it's okay. Now, I thought he would probably be in the Royal Rumble. I thought eventually you'll see a tag team against him and or did we just see a tag team against him and Bad Bunny? Yeah, I thought you'll see a tag team versus him and Bad Bunny, but no. They decided to give Roman Reigns an off night at Crown Jewel. And they're gonna put him up against Logan Paul. And Logan Paul is gonna be the one to break his record, right? unless the title isn't on the line. If the title isn't on the line, they may find a fluke way to have Roman Reigns lose that match, to set up possibly for another pay-per-view down the road where the title is on the line and then Roman Reigns beats him in like 90 seconds. But it's interesting to see. And I'm going to say it's interesting to see because it's also a big jump in talent that he's going up against, right? And it's a different stage that you're going up against a fighter. Roman Reigns is the heavyweight champion. That's the best of the best in wrestling right now, right? He is the guy. He's the figure, as he says, as he calls it, he's the head of the table, right? Like Charlotte Flair used to say, he's the opportunity, right? You fight him, you put your name on the map, right? You get noticed a little bit. Oh, what do we got here? We just had another home run by the Yankees, but this one wasn't Aaron Judge. This one was Gleyber Torres, folks. 355-foot home run. Woo! Yankees up 8-2. And I said, yeah, that's why I come back to this real quick, and we'll come back. That's what I mentioned earlier. If Aaron Judge, I can understand the fans that left already, because Aaron Judge shouldn't make it through the lineup again. And if he does, the Yankees are up 12-2. Now they got 12. They got 12. They're gonna have 12 runs on the board if he does, or if they do. So let's back to this, right? So Logan Paul is gonna fight Roman Reigns, and I said that's as big as a fight card you get. But also, the reason why I find it interesting is because I think Logan Paul will make a great wrestler. I said it from the very first fight he had. He is he may be a natural athlete. Like one of those guys is kind of just naturally athletic, right? But if there's any space he could probably thrive in, right? Based off what he's been doing already and how he's been self-promoting, wrestling is the perfect vehicle for him. You get to fight without fighting. You get to talk shit. You understand? You get to use your followers. You get to do a draw. You get to even cut fight promos in a way that probably fighters have never even thought of doing because of how different you do it already. I honestly believe Logan Paul will be a great wrestler. That's the reason why I think that I'm a little excited to see. I'm not saying I'm excited to see him fight Roman Reigns. I want to see what that looks like because he's looked good against everybody he has fought so far, and I'm curious to see what this leads to more than anything else. Right? It's not even so much the fight; it's the next step afterwards. And when you watch, like, for people that are wrestling fans or people still watch, like, damn, how can you watch? That's kind of what it is these days. You kind of know what's going on, but it's an anticipation of what's going to happen next, or how are they going to spin this next? How is this going to be drawn out next? And right now, WWE probably couldn't be hotter because it's almost like what happened when they finally bought WCW, and very slowly, right, you started seeing cameos and appearance from WCW superstars that they had signed, from WC wrestlers they had signed, and that was getting a pop almost every week. You're getting the same thing right now in WWE, with Vince McMahon stepping down, right? And you have Vince, and you have Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, right? Taking over, being the chief of talent, right? You see all of these superstars that Vince kind of let go being brought back now. And every time they bring a new superstar back, you see the pop. You get a pop and a pop. And trust me, and wrestling is a thing of reaction. Wrestling is a business of, when I say pop, it's a crowd reaction, right? Wrestling is a business of crowd reactions. It's the thing about what ultimately made even Vince McMahon when he came out to the ring, right? But Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, what made them so good is that when they came out, good, bad, or indifferent, the crowd always reacted to them. And you have to learn how to channel that. Some people want to stay good guys. Some people have to learn how to be bad guys, like Bailey. But the crowd will always react. And if you always get that crowd reaction, that's what it is. Find a way to get the maximum crowd reaction. It took somebody like a fighter like Bailey, who's on top of the women's division, to realize that to get maximum crowd reaction, I'm going to have to go from a face, which is a good guy, to a heel, which is a bad guy.
And I can still do a lot of the same things, right? Use a lot of the same phrases, do a lot of the same things that I was doing, a lot of the same moves I was doing as a good guy, as a bad guy, and get even more of a reaction now, or get even the same reaction that I was getting at the peak of my height as a face, a peak of my run as a face. Wrestling has so many layers. Wrestling really does have so many layers. And so do these fights, right? Because there's one fight that isn't technically on the docket, but if there's a way to have this celebrity fight happen in the off season, man, oh man, would I like to see it. Now, I think it's gonna be hard to make it happen because both of these guys may be under contract, and I think while under contract, it can't happen. But we recently saw Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson fight. And I think that was able to happen either because it was during the offseason, right before the season started, or also because those guys weren't signed to a team. But we saw the fourth chapter or the third chapter of Mike Evans versus Marshawn Lattimore. Can I tell you, I will very much pay to watch those two fight on one of those celebrity fight cards. You give me Mike Evans. Listen, November 5th is Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. October 29th is Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul, right? We got Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence lined up for either November 12th or November 19th. In April or some shit, May, June of next year, let's get Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore up on there. Let's find a way to give them both $5 million, right? Maybe $2.5 million paid and $2.5 million to their favorite charity. You know what I mean? Let's do that. Let's find a way. Because I think by now, that beef is real. And from what I've seen so far, right? And I thought it was just me, right? Because sometimes you get players like that, right? Like you get players like that, and that you never really know what's triggering them, right? If it's because they don't like somebody, or if they're upset just because somebody's getting the better of them, right? And that is the case that is going on. That is the case that is going on right now with Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore, right? Is that Marshawn Lattimore keeps getting the better of Mike Evans to the point where we're talking about.
When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you won't get.
He is channeling his inner Richard Sherman by saying, hey, whenever you try with a sorry receiver like Mike Evans, that's the result. And listen, nobody's calling Mike Evans a sorry receiver. We're just saying that Lattimore is definitely, god damn. Hey, Bonnet. We're just saying that he is channeling his Richard Sherman, his inner Sherman. And every time that Mike Evans is lined up from, every time he's lined up for Mike Evans, and you throw the ball to him, he's like, I told you to stop throwing the ball to that. Like, this is what happens when you try me with a sorry receiver like Mike Evans. You get somebody better. You're gonna have to put better. You got to get better out here. You're gonna have to try me with Jared Wilson or something. But this guy ain't cutting it. Speaking of not cutting it, right? I know things can be rough for some of you guys sometimes, right? And listen, let's focus here for a second, because I know things get rough, and we don't want things to get. We don't always want to have time. So listen, on the days that you can't cut, let's make sure that you never have at least a bad performance ever again. Like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, yo, you're bugging right now. Like, what's going on here? What am I talking about? I'm talking about Blue Chew, folks. What is Blue Chew? Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can give you back your thrill. All you have to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. Right? Blue Chew has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. But trust me when I say this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. Right? And she's going to love how you come for a very low cost. She's going to love how you come through like a boss. And she will love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And if you use this week's promo code of GYUJ, you can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Yes, folks, for free. The free. Only thing you'll be doing is make sure you use the promo code GYUJ, and you have to pay for shipping and handling. You have to pay for shipping and make sure you take care of your postal workers. They're helping you get through your rough times. You make sure that they continue to get paid properly. Blue Chew. You guys already know, right? There's only 2 requirements when it comes to it. You chew it, and then you do it. What's up, Pimpin? How you doing? Okay. We have some major news that popped up recently. It came through the wire today, and it's something that we've been paying attention to, and we've been watching for the last couple of weeks, right? More than weeks. It's been months now that we've been paying attention to this, and that is the punishment for Suns owner after his racist comments, his sexist comments, his disruptive work environment, his quid pro work environment that he was creating. We've been sitting back and we've been wondering what was going on, and we've been updating you guys. It took about a whole year for us to get to the point where we finally heard that, okay, there's going to be a fine and a suspension coming down. And then we heard he was going to be banned from the team for 1 year and fined $10 million. And while that was progress, right, it was something, a lot of people didn't feel like it was enough. Yours truly, right? Didn't feel like that was enough. But more importantly, the people that didn't feel like it was enough were the individuals that was going to have to see him again after 1 year. After that whole entire investigation was done, they made their claims, right? They made their testimony. They were going to have to see this guy again a year later. He was going to come back into the same office, and there's no guarantee he would have to learn his lesson. Players were still going to have to play for the same player, play for the same owner. Well, you know how we felt about that here. When the season begun, if the players came out and said, like, hey, we're not going to play for you, we wouldn't feel any type of way. If players flying in said, like, yo, we're not playing tonight's game as long as he's still the owner, we wouldn't feel any type of way, because I can understand them strike wanted to make a stance and strike against that particular owner. Now, a lot of people were disappointed in Adam Silva. They didn't feel that Adam Silva's punishment was enough. But what Adam Silva's punishment showed you is that he works for the owner still. And there's still a collective bargaining agreement, and there's still guidelines on how to pass punishment. And while Phoenix Suns owner, right, may have done an act that everybody feels like, hey, we don't even understand why he still owns a team. You couldn't just strip him of his team. This is why we were curious to see what actions were going to take place. Now, what you can do is start having the dominoes fall, so that it makes it to a point where he's going to be forced to sell his team. That's the reason why one of the first things that we said is that, you know what, I wanted to hear a statement from players saying that we're not going to play. We're not going to play for this owner anymore. I wanted a statement from players saying that if we have to fly to Phoenix and play, and he's still the owner, whether he's suspended or not, we're not playing that night. That would have been one of the dominoes to fall. Players didn't even have to get to that point. The first domino that fell, their advertiser. One of their advertisements, actually not even just one of their advertisers, one of their key advertisers, their logo advertiser, their jersey advertiser, PayPal, pulled out. If he's still the owner, we're not sponsoring this team. We don't agree with any of his views, any of his actions. That's a big step. That's, believe it or not, almost a 50 times bigger statement than if the players would have went on strike. Because the players going on strike still may not have moved the needle enough. And really what you would have had, you've gotten a lot of debate from the audience, right? From the fan bases, if the fans were doing the right thing. You'd have gotten a lot. You trust me. You guys know you would have got a section of the audience that would have come in and would have come out with the shut up and play mentality. This had nothing to do with you. So it's better that the advertisements took a hold of this, because once advertisers start pulling out, there is no saving you. You know the owners aren't going to vote him out. The owners are too scared to vote out other owners because they're afraid that the owner that they vote out is going to drop dirt on the other owners when they leave. So you have to tackle them with the money. PayPal pulls out. That's number one, and that's a big one. But the second move is what generally should happen in any kind of business setting that has a board of directors that has a board of directors that they have to answer to. The minority shareholders or the minority owners, they put in for a motion to the board of directors to have him removed as the minority owner. That is big. Your own company the own people in your company doesn't want you there because you're bad for business. Advertisers don't want to do business for you because you're bad for business. You know what the writing on the wall says? You're bad for business of the NBA. The other owners don't have to come out and do their vote anymore. It's going to happen. You know what we heard today? Right around noonish. What's his name? I want to make sure I get his name. I want to keep saying his name is Robert Sarver, or Saver, but I don't want to mess up his name. What's his name? I don't have his name written down. Yep, there we go. It is Robert Sarver. Robert Sarver announces today he is putting his team up for sale. Coincidence? No. The writing of every single step of action that needed to take place. Now, granted, I understand it may not have happened as fast enough that some of you people may have liked, but this is how things happen, right? Sometimes you have to let the process play out. This is the process. Now he's going to sell his team. Don't feel sorry for him about him losing his team. He's going to break bread. He's not one of these owners. He's not like the Busses, right? Where the Bus family, where owning teams is their business. That is their primary source of income. They are the Lakers. They are the Lake Show. That is them. These other owners, they're billionaires and they own teams on their side. So him selling his team, don't cry for him. There's no reason to cry him a river. He bought this team for about $500 million. This team is worth about 1.4 to $6 billion right now. I'm pretty sure he's going to end up selling for about somewhere between 2.3 to 2.7 billion. Don't feel sorry for him. Also, he's a scum human being. like, oh my God, he's no. So in a weird way, he actually gets paid to be scum. It's a settlement. It's like you being fired. Like now, if you want to compare, it's like you being fired from your team and you had a severance. They're gonna severance him in a way, in a very expensive way. They're not really severancing him, but if you want to find some kind of simple comparable way. Ooh, oh, you're not out here for me. When you will go back, can I get a beer? Thank you. Yes, please. So that domino has fallen, and it's weird. Like, and I was like, we've heard statements from LeBron James, still haven't heard a statement from Chris Paul yet, which is still the most baffling portion of this to me. Right, is that we haven't heard from Chris Paul as of yet. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I'm gonna have to really go back and look to see what statements that Chris Paul has actually made. But we're gonna have to go back and look now. Can I tell you? There are some people I'm also interested to see who they sell the team to, because we know that there's been a long list of celebrities, owners, and business people, right? Men and women alike, but business individuals that want to get into the NBA. They want to own a team. Now, granted, most owners aren't selling their team. right? Most owners aren't trying to sell their team. It's just too profitable for them, right? It's the best tool you can ever have. You automatically become a celebrity overnight by owning a team, if you live the lifestyle correctly. If you want to be in the lifestyle, want to be in that light. But I'm curious to see who they're going to sell this team to, right? There's been names in the past that Jay-Z wants to own a team. There's been names in the past that Oprah wants to own a team. I'm curious to see who who sells this team. Neither one of them may get this team. Like I said, if the minority owners are the one pushing to get him out, they may be the ones lined up to buy the majority of the team. So remember that. While there's a ton of prospects out there, don't be surprised if the minority owners end up becoming the majority owners. That may just be the very next transition. We're gonna keep an eye on this. Season starts in a month. You guys realize that? Yeah, basketball starts in a month. So we're talking about in a month, this has to be settled. I understand they're just going to sell the team, but until they sell the team, can you still blame players if they don't want to play for this owner until the deal is finalized? Like, it's weird, right? Since we're talking about basketball, right, and we're talking about all of the weird things that go on in the basketball world, we're still on day 216 of the wrongful incarceration of Brittany Greiner, where Brittany Greiner has 216 days now, 216 days since February 17th. She's been detained in Russia for an empty weed canister that she is now officially doing 9 years in jail for. But that we understand this is a complete political move because she's been leveraged several times so that they can try to free one of their arms dealers. So it's not even that they want to keep Brittany Greiner for 9 years. They're just holding her in hopes that they can get one of their own people's back. But it's not like one of their important. It's not like one of their celebs. It's not one of their beloved people. This is one of their arms dealers. They want to get back the person that helps them get their guns. They want to help get the person that helps them get their tanks. They want to help the person that helps them get their illegal missiles, their illegal equipment. They're trying to get their arms dealer back. We're just trying to get back an all-star. We're just trying to get back a champion, block leader, defensive player of the year, first team all NBA, second team all NBA, first team all defense, second team all defense, college player of the year, high school player of the year, rookie of the year. We're just talking about Brittany Greiner, third woman in WNBA history to dunk a ball in the game. So again, as we always do, let's continue to keep her in the thoughts and prayers, right? In thoughts or prayers, whichever one you do. And let's keep sending positive thoughts and energy her way and hope that she can make a safe and speedy return home. Day 219 of the wrongful incarceration of Brittany Greiner. We won't stop talking about it here on the Bindy Sports Podcast. We won't stop talking about it at all because we want to make sure, because remember when the whole entire world had their gag order, not us. When the whole entire world was scared to talk about her, not us. Right? We dare to go where no podcast wants to go. Because we don't care. We're here. Now, speaking of who's here, there are a couple of teams that started the football season, and they are making statements to their teams. They're not even making teams, they're making statements to their fan bases that, hey, it's been rough, but we're still here. Don't give up on us yet. Dolphin fans, Giants fans, Jets fans, call in. I want to hear from you guys. Cowboys fans, 49ers fans, call up. The phone lines are open, right? You guys see the link in the bio, right? Go ahead and click on the Podbean link and come in through the call-in line. If you're already on the Podbean call-in line, call up. I want to hear from you fans. These last 2 weeks, these early 2 weeks in the NFL have been shocking. And it's been very appetizing to a couple of fan bases. I'm here in South Florida, and I'm telling you right now, right, like the Dolphins Cup is running over right now. The fans are lit right now. They're excited. They're on fire. It's the happiest I have seen them since they had Chad Pennington, and You understand? They're calling him Tua Pennington. Like, like I call him Tua got a tongue twister, but they're calling him Tua Pennington. They're like, yo, he may not be able to get that ball down deep, but he's accurate. And if Tua got a tongue twister, it comes out to be as accurate as Chad Pennington, you may not have the worst quarterback in the league after all. Especially when you add in his mobility, right? Because that's what really helps define a lot of these quarterbacks nowadays, right? It's not just their ability to throw, it's also their mobility. It's their ability and mobility. Those two abilities combined together is where we're. Oh, the phone died. Is how we're putting together these quarterbacks these days. So Tua's ability to run helps the fact that he can't get the ball as far as some people would like. But remember, the game of football is still a simple game. Whether you can get the ball down 80 yards down the field, or you can get the ball 40 yards down the field. Ultimately, get the ball to your receiver, get the ball to your playmakers, and have them make plays. We understand that you have the cheetah, and maybe this was the misconception when the Dolphins got the cheetah, that people started looking at like, well, Patrick Mahomes, the way he used the cheetah, every play was a home run play, damn near. At least that's the ones that stuck out to us because we remember highlights. That's what they call highlights, right? You remember them. Those are the good portion of the day that you remember when you can't remember what you had for breakfast, right? You remember you remember that cool spinner that you had somewhere, right? It's the good portion of the day that you remember. It's the highlight play that Patrick Mahomes used to have to Tyreek Hill. But ultimately, Tyreek Hill is still a highly talented player. Just because he goes to Miami doesn't mean he's not the cheetah. And just because he's not catching a 50-yard bomb doesn't mean he's a cheetah. What they're doing is that they get him in 10 yards and let your playmakers make plays because you're called a cheetah because you're fast, which means he's still fast enough to break away from a guy in open space, which means he's fast enough to blow by a guy that's closing out if he takes the angle wrong. Which means that he should be smart enough to put on brakes, have somebody fly by him, and then continue to take off. Put on a juke move. Make your playmakers make plays. See, the misconception that your quarterback needs to be a playmaker. Your quarterback needs to make plays. That's what being a playmaker quarterback really is. Is make the plays when you need to make them. Get the ball to your players when in the moments that matter. Don't turn the ball off to the other team. Don't Kirk Cousins the place. God damn, that was horrible. We're going to talk about Monday Night Football. We're going to get into this Kirk Cousins matchup. Primetime Kirk Cousins is a thing. We're going to talk about that later. We're going to continue into Tua, though. Tua got a tongue twister that had one of the best fourth quarter performances you will probably ever remember. And I mean, regular season, playoffs, it's going to be one of the great comebacks that you're ever going to remember. As a Dolphins fan, you're probably never going to remember this. As a Dolphins fan, this is probably going to be the moment they're going to hold on to. You a Dolphins fan?
Yes.
Okay. If I'm telling any lies here, stop me. Dolphins fans are going to hold on to this moment, whether it's for good or if it's bad. If Tua starts to decline a little bit, they're going to remember this. They're going to remember that day. Right? When you're talking about because your fan base is gonna be kind of split, as fan bases should. That's what you want, right? You kind of want your fan base to be polarized. They're gonna be polarized on the fact if he starts to decline a little bit, should you get rid of him or should you hold out because of that one quarter, that one time in Baltimore where he had those 6 touchdowns? You're always gonna remember that. When he does good, you're going to come back to that play. Like, man, you guys remember that time he had them 6 touchdowns in Baltimore? That was the coming out. For good or bad, that's his flashpoint. That is Tua's new flashpoint in the NFL. Everything now is make or break from that point. Everybody now feels like, okay, we've seen the good, the bad, and possibly some ugly from Tua. And we see what as good can be. We've seen some of his bad moments. Coming out first play, well, I think when he first came into the league, right? I think like one of his first 2 plays do an interception, right? But not mistaken, like his first drive was an interception or was a pick 6. Started off bad, but then he came right back and he threw a bunch of interceptions. If I remember, he came back in that game. He may have, I don't know if he came back to win, but he came back to make that game a hell of a game. The Miami Dolphins are 2-0. I don't think even most Miami Dolphins fans saw themselves at 2-0. At best, maybe 1-1. Not a lot of people would have. I don't think there was a lot of individuals, even the realistic fans, that would have given them the victory over Baltimore. The victory over New England, yeah, we can see that one. As much as it's Bill Belichick, everything else about that team is still new. You can punch them in the mouth, hopefully, and get a hold of them, right? And make them forced to crumble. But that Baltimore game, that was a surprise. Not only was it a surprise that they won, it was supposed to win. Lamar Jackson was having one of those games where Lamar Jackson was making a statement. Lamar Jackson's kind of like, holy crap. Did Aaron Judge come up to bat again? Holy crap. The thing that I said, the only way that Aaron Judge could come up to bat again, if it actually happened. And that's the fact that the Yankees got 14 points. They put up, what was that? It was 6-2 when we last saw this. It's 8-2 in one more inning.
14-2.
Sorry, I said 8. They scored 8 more points in one inning. 14-2. Thank you. And I did not get to see if Aaron Judge went up on what he did at his last bat. Don't worry. When we take our next commercial break, we're gonna see if Aaron Judge hit home run number 61 for you guys. But this game is over. It's not gonna go into the bottom of the ninth. He's gonna take a miraculous comeback for them to lose this game. If they lose this game, if they lose this game, New York is gonna burn. I'm letting you right now. The Yankees fans are not gonna let this one go at all. I don't see them losing this game. They better not lose this game. I got faith in them. Listen, I can never say it's over until it's over. Listen, as we're talking about Miami with their comeback in Baltimore, like I said, Lamar Jackson was having his MVP season. Well, was having a great game. I was gonna say he bet on himself like Aaron Judge did, and he's having one of those seasons. He started off having one of those seasons like, okay, you guys are still gonna have to. You guys have to pay me more now because of what I'm doing. Aaron Judge is gonna make a whole another $150 million more based off this season, but. You can't count. I don't count anybody out. This week alone, it wasn't just Miami Dolphins and Baltimore. It was New York Jets and Cleveland. But the worst of them, the worst of the worst, was Arizona versus Las Vegas. Oh, man, that was the worst. And the reason that was the worst, it wasn't because I think the score was like 20-0 in the fourth quarter. That's not what made it as bad as it was. The fact that their fans started popping bottles of champagne in the stands. Yes, that's why it's the worst to me. They will pop right in the front, popping bottles of champagne. You had to have ordered it. You have to have ordered it. But my first reaction, those people weren't fans. I'm a fan of the Yankees. They're up 14-2, top of the ninth with 2 outs. And what am I saying? I don't exactly. Those guys aren't fans because when you're a fan and your team is up like that, you could be happy, but you're still sitting there tight ass like, man, they need to pull this out because those are the worst.
I don't think they're thinking this.
Listen, I have a 51% belief that the Yankees are going to pull this off, which is a strong belief, right? But I can never be so braggadocious. We've seen way too many comebacks especially in the NFL. In the Super Bowl, we've seen Tom Brady do it alone on the biggest stage of it all. We've seen Tom Brady do it countless times, so many times that half the country hates him, right? So on any given Sunday, what makes you think that the great quarterbacks in these leagues can't have one great game? One great. That's what I said. Those guys weren't fans. It's Las Vegas. It's Las Vegas. Oh, of course. I'm betting that one too. But it's Las Vegas. So you get people that come there for the spectacle. It's like going to LA for a game, sometimes coming to Miami for a game, going to New York for a game. You get fans, but you get people that just come into your city and know that watching this team is part of the spectacle of being in the city around that time. I listen. I have to say this because I refuse to believe that they were fans. No right man. What team are you a fan of?
I'm pro NFL.
Yeah,
I'm a Cowboys fan.
all right. Cowboys are up.
Okay.
20-0. Fourth quarter begins. They're playing the Giants. Let's say it's the Giants. Rival. Are you celebrating the beginning of the fourth quarter? Are you popping bottles of champagne in the stands?
Who's bringing champagne to a game?
Vegas, baby. Only in Vegas.
20-0, I couldn't do it. 4-0, different story.
20-0 in the fourth. I get the excitement. I get the look that we may pull this off, which is as far as I can go. The audacity. That's like, when was it? If I remember this correctly, the Houston and Knicks series where the Knicks had the championship shirts made up early, or even the San Antonio and Heat series.
I remember that.
Like, have we not learned our lessons by now, folks? Like, you know what that's the equivalent to? See, the person I'm cursing out, I don't even think they're a fan enough of football that this reference would even mean anything to them. That's so much of a fan I don't believe that they are. But it's the equivalent of you being a wide receiver, catching the ball, you having a clear path, and letting the ball go on the 1 yard line right before you hop into the end zone because you just got a little too happy. That's what you did. You fumbled on the 1 yard line as a fan. And they should ban you from the stands. I'm sorry. They should not be allowed to come to. Listen, I'm sorry, they're jinx. As a fan, we have our superstitions. I wouldn't want to see them again as a fan. As a player, they have their superstitions. I wouldn't. I'm not lying to them. Listen, if they were my friends and I sold them my tickets, right, and that was them, I'm never selling them tickets ever again. I might even denounce them. I might even denounce that I know them. You embarrassed me. How many people are watching right now? I don't know. I don't have the numbers up. That's one there. Oh, well. Yeah, that's me right there. I don't have all the numbers up.
How many people follow you on Instagram or whatever you're doing? Is this Instagram or?
It's everywhere. So it's Instagram, it's YouTube, it's Twitter, it's Twitch.
How many subscribers do you have?
On YouTube, a couple hundred, like 250, 250 somewhere around there.
250,000?
No, 250.
250 people.
Yes, not that. On my oldest platform, I have 4,000 subscribers. Right, because one of my platforms I've had since the very beginning. I've changed platforms over the years.
You're going to do a lot of effort to build your brand.
It is a lot of effort. It's like people don't realize it's a full blown whole other job.
It's I have respect for you.
Thank you. But I know why you're here, right? We know why you're here. So let's take a break. We're gonna take a little pause. I think we've got the crowd up hype enough, right? We've talked enough football. We talked about some of these comebacks, right? We ain't talking about these three fan bases yet that are on fire, right? We talked about the Dolphins so far. There's another fan base that are really feeling themselves right now. You should be happy, right? Because you had a guy that you drafted with like the number 2 pick that you're finally happy that he's panning out. Actually, you drafted like 2 people with the number 2 pick, and you should be happy if they pan out. We're gonna come back to them later. We're about to do some MyT trivia, folks. If you guys don't know how we do things here, folks, we do like to give a couple of trivia questions out. And if you're able to answer the trivia questions correct, then you win a doobie snack. And also, don't forget, right? Since you both were listening, we also have raffle tickets, right? There is an art show coming up at the Coral Springs Center for the Arts on October 21st called The Lust of Art 3. Now, this show is very unique because it is an all-women cast. So it's women vendors, it's women artists, and it's women everything. So we're talking about women body paint. But I am having a raffle for 2 tickets for that event. To play, you have to be here. Obviously, that's the way to get the tickets. But you don't have to win to be here. You just have to be here to play. I will announce the winners, and all you have to do is make sure your information is on there. However you would like me to contact you, whether that's by phone or by social, and I will contact you with your winning information. I'll get you, and I'll send you the tickets. But folks, you got to be here. You got to be here to play. Alrighty, and that's like he's here to play. So let's go ahead.
Let's shout out to these people. How do I find you on YouTube?
MyT Sports. MYT is a Mike Yankee Tango Sports. Okay, so we're doing trivia, folks. So, you know how to trivia. Let's pick a number. See, what numbers have you picked before? See,
Number 16.
you picked number
Well, I
16?
picked one with Kobe.
You picked number.
Which, or what? No, it was LeBron. And what number is LeBron on the scoring list?
Okay, that was it.
Picked one off. It was 2. I was 3.
Yeah, that's right. That was the last one. Damn. Okay. Yeah. He is official number 2. This is gonna be a special season for LeBron as I'm waiting for the trivia to come out.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a special.
37 subscribers.
Oh, 37. Oh, okay. Then I'm speaking of the wrong platform then. And 37 on that platform.
2 views.
Right now on this one, probably.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. When you do what you like, it's not work. But it is work.
I thought you would have a lot more because you're very good at what you do.
Oh, thank you. No, I don't. I don't. It's not out there enough yet.
But you're good at what you do.
Thank you.
You deserve to be more out.
Thank you. See,
You
so
got all this effort for 2 views.
on here, yes, but my restreams are better.
Yeah, you can rewatch them. This is just like a
So everything gets everything gets reached. That's why I said my oldest platform.
You go to your channel.
Yeah. So yeah, go and subscribe. I do 3 shows a week, but I do my show from here every single Wednesday. But you guys hear this, right? You guys hear what he's saying. You guys make sure you go like, you go subscribe, and you make sure that you follow.
I'm looking at a 1 view, 2 views, 6 views, 1 view, 2 views.
Yeah.
You know, this much effort and this much expense for 2 views, 1 view.
Yeah. I don't mind the views. I care more about the listens. So because I'm also on YouTube, not YouTube, but I'm also on not only on Twitch, but I'm also on TuneIn Radio. I'm on Spotify.
What's your most views?
My most views. I don't know. No, I don't.
You have all this equipment and you don't follow your views?
I don't follow my views.
You're lying.
No, I don't. That's why I don't know my numbers.
You have too good of a setup, but you only get this many views. Something's going wrong.
See, I'll give you the main reason why I don't pay attention to that stuff, because I'm not so much working specifically for even though I am, I'm not. Like it's a weird concept. Like I'm not
You're waiting for it to catch fire.
yeah, I'm not chasing the views. Like I'm not a view chaser, right? I'm just doing what I love, and it's gonna break. It'll break when it breaks. Like I
think you should have more views. I think you're good.
Thank you. Listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
I'm in disbelief that you don't have a lot more followers. Did you speak a lot of sense?
Thank you.
You know what it's talking about.
But that's a lot of effort because you're not making any income off this shit.
Well, yeah, because I'm in the red. I don't make enough income off of it.
Well, you're not making anything.
Well, I have affiliates and sponsors.
That's sponsoring you when you have 2 views.
Well, that's why they call affiliates at this level. So I still have products that get moved. I have I have an affiliate with Blue Chew. That gets me money every single month. Blue Chew's awesome.
Can't you buy views so people think that more people are watching you?
What's that?
Can't you buy views so people think people are watching you? Like,
I probably could. I've never looked into buying views. I'm pretty sure there's a company or there's a
like 2 views.
yeah. I'm okay with that. It's all right. It's not.
But
It's not.
your setup and everything. Like,
It's
I
not-
honestly thought when I was watching you, I thought I was going to look on you and see like 200,000.
No, I'll have 200,000. I wish I did.
But you have the skills to do that. You have the skill set.
Thank you very much.
So you're doing something wrong.
I'm probably doing my
You're
advertising
doing
wrong.
something wrong in your marketing.
It's the marketing.
There's no reason why the things you're saying and the show you're doing and the production you have and the life you have, no reason on God's earth why you have 6 views. You should be in the hundreds of thousands. Because you're not speaking nonsense. It's not like you're an idiot. You're a smart guy.
Yeah, thank you. Well, you know, help out with it. Make sure you share as you subscribe and like. Because the sharing, what happens, like, see, I have people that subscribe everywhere, but they don't share enough. And the sharing what matters. Like, they like you for them
37 subscribers on YouTube.
on YouTube. Yeah, that sounds about right, dude.
This is a lot of production for 37 subscribers.
Yeah, it's a light production set. But it's okay.
I'm coming from you from the point of view that I'm not picking up.
I
I'm
know.
coming from you from the point of view that I think it's amazing what you're doing, and I don't understand why you haven't caught up. Because you're very good at what you do, and you put a lot of effort, time and effort, you put a lot of production into it. I don't understand why you haven't.
It's a question that we all need to answer, I guess. Even I'm trying to figure it out, but it's not a question. It's not something I dwell on though. I just, you know, it's like you go through the motions, you do what you do, and
I think you need to buy views.
or I probably need to pay for,
You need to trick people that you're more popular than you are.
or I need to pay for advertising more than anything else.
Buy views. You don't think you think these Instagram models who have 100,000 views? You don't think they pay for 50,000 of them, and it costs like $1,000 to buy 50,000?
They probably do. They has a company. There's companies for that.
So people see that you like they want to see like 10,000 people watching it instead of 9,800 on my box. They need to think 10,000 people are watching it because your content is good, but your market is not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I got another one.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I think you have the right
Oh, you good?
idea, but I don't think you have the right market.
Is that?
You good?
I'm good. Yes. I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
I think you need to buy views.
I'll look into that and see the benefits
I've watched
into it.
documentaries on this, and you've seen where you can take somebody who just has 1,000 followers, but when she buys 10,000 followers, then she gets another 10,000 just because they think, well, she's followed by 12,000. And she gets to 100,000, then she fucking goes to 1 million because they've like 100,000 people are watching her. I've got to watch this. You need to get your views up so that people think that you're popular, and then you become popular. You need to look into that.
The fake it till you make it concept. Gotcha. I'm gonna look into that. I appreciate that. I definitely will. I take everything to heart. I'm a creator. I'm an artist. I take everything to heart. I take everything harder than I should. So I listen to everything. Just believe me, like I hear what you're saying. And some of these things are like unknown knowns to me already, or knowns that I have that I don't address it because you know it's layers. But you ready to get some trivia in?
Take this for future reference. Right?
Okay.
Look into how much it costs to buy views.
Alrighty.
Maybe I'll buy the views and own 50% of you. Because I have faith in you. You got to buy like 10,000 views. Maybe I'll pay for the 10,000 views.
Okay.
But then I get 50% of the profit. Because once you get 10,000, it's easier to go to 15,000. Once you're at 20,000, it's easier to go to 40,000. You need to buy views, and you need me to buy the views. I'll buy the views because I think and I respect the energy you're putting into this, and I respect the content that you're putting out. Right? I'll buy the views, and I own 50% of it. Look into how much it costs to buy views. I know how much it costs to buy views on Instagram. I don't know how much it costs to buy views on YouTube, or if that's even possible. But if it is possible, let's suppose, I know for a fact, like you can buy 10,000 views on Instagram. You can buy 10,000 followers on Instagram for $1,000. I think you can buy more than that. Right? If you go up to 100,000 views, you'll go to 1 million like that because people will click on you and go, "Oh, you have 100,000 viewers. You must be good," and you are good. What you don't have is capital. I'm capital.
Okay. What's your name? I saw the business go.
My name is David Kirby. People call me Kirby.
Okay.
But I invest in things that I think are good. And I think you're good. You're just undercapitalized. So the first thing you need to do is research to buy 10,000 views on your show. Actually, how much is 100,000? Because if 100,000 views is, let's say hypothetically, 100,000 views is $4,000. I'll invest you for $4,000. I'll buy views. I'll buy views $4,000. Because once you have 1,000 views, now you're going to start showing up on people. You're going to go to 100,000 to 200,000. Now you're going to put 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. Then you're probably going to be picked up by somebody. Because quite frankly, you could be on a real TV show. You're smart enough, you're articulate enough, you have the ability. The amount of effort you're going through for fucking 30-some subscribers is remarkable. And I respect that. I respect the energy.
It's feel like it's maddening to you a little bit.
It's, well, no, but what it means is I can get you on the ground floor. Because you have the passion. And by listening to you, you have everything you need. The only thing you probably don't have is money. So you do the research, you find out what it takes, you have all my contact information, you get back to me, I'll buy the views, we'll write up a contract that I own 50% of.
Okay.
And I'll buy your views.
Alrighty, we'll work on it.
And I'll buy you 100,000 views. Because 100,000 views will turn into 1 million views, which could turn into 2 million, which could turn into 10 million, which could turn into anything. You do the research, you come to me with a game plan, and I'll back you.
Okay. I will do that. I will definitely do that. Thank you.
Just so you're not full of shit, I have a company with 18 employees.
Where we're at? You said.
In the internet stratosphere.
Oh, nice. I know. I'll definitely look at. Thank you, Kirby. I appreciate that.
You're very good at what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have a lot of potential. I sense you don't have financial backing.
Yeah, because I wouldn't generally think of buying views, and not at that price.
Definitely have to buy views. I've seen so many instances where they take a model. You can take you. Let's suppose you have 37 followers on Instagram, right? If I buy you 10,000 followers on Instagram, I can get you from 10,000 to 100,000 for $4,000. So, if you put as much energy, which I see you're putting in, so I'm back in the man, I see the amount of energy you put into this with absolutely zero reward. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because I think you're like a fucking, you're a gem that has not been mined.
Thank you. I've been called a gem before. Stop it. You're flattering me. I don't normally
You're
blush.
very, very
Shit.
good. And the fact that you're doing this out in public, and I'm sure some people ridicule you or make fun of you or whatever, and you're willing to go past that, and you're willing to do what you're doing. And I sat here and I listened to your words, articulate, and quite frankly made sense. And I see you looking at your notes. There's just absolutely no reason why you don't have several 100,000 followers. There's no reason other than I don't understand why you haven't gotten out there. So let me ask you this. You put a lot of time and energy into your notes. You put a lot of time and energy into your lighting and everything and your cameras. You obviously know what microphone you need to use. You know you need this. You know you need this lighting. You know you need this tent. You found this location. You put a lot of time and energy into that, right?
Roger.
How about this? How about next week you put 20 hours into how do I take this to the next level? Then you come to me and you say, I've done 20 hours research. The same amount of research you put into what's the best mic, what's the best light. Do I need a 10? Who the fuck knew you needed a 10? You knew you needed a 10 because you did the research. You knew you needed this. You need put that much time and energy into that, into how do I grow it? Come to me and tell me, all right, I figured out it needs X amount of dollars. And then Continue doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is great. The problem is you're not seen. Tell me how much it costs to make you seen. I'll put the money in, and I own 50%.
We'll work on that. I'll definitely work on that.
You're good. You're way too good not to be seen. But you're probably too poor. I don't mean that in a bad sense. You don't have enough capital. I'm capital.
Okay.
I'll back.
Thank you. No, I'll definitely I'll do the research.
You should.
I'll definitely do the research.
You
Now, as you
should.
know, with any research, some of these stuff, as you credit me for it, some of this stuff is trial and error. I learned what I needed through time. I didn't know I
But
needed.
the amount of time and effort you put in, you need this and this, you need 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 this. The time and effort you put in on just this one production that I've seen, I'm guessing it's over 100 hours of learning, just ballpark. And
Oh.
it could be more.
Yeah,
It could be 1,000, but I'm just guessing it's 100. If you put 30 hours into, let's just say next week, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, you just put in that whole week. You don't even work on your show. Because quite frankly, let's just put the show on pause. You got fucking 37 subscribers. So let's just put the show on pause, knowing we have the ability. Let's put the show on pause for a week. Let's work for 1 week. How do people go to the stratosphere? Spend 40 hours doing it. Come to me and tell me how they do that. And you're going to say to me, well, they buy this, 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 and this. They buy viewers. I know they do that. How do they do it? How does it work? Come to me with a business plan. I'll back you financially. 100%. I own 50%.
Okay. I'll do the research, and I will come back to you.
I believe you will.
Come back to
You
you.
seem like a man who does shit.
Now, to be honest, with you, it's gonna be 2 weeks.
That's fine.
Won't be
I'm
one.
sure it's a month.
Okay.
I'm sure it's 2 months. But at the end of the day, you're going to keep my phone in your pocket because I guarantee you, if you come to me with a sensible business plan, like if you just come to me with like hypotheticals, well, I read somewhere if you do this. No, give me some fucking, put as much effort in, put as much effort as you did in the research of what light to buy, what camera to buy, what microphone to buy. If you put that much effort into how do I grow this and how much does it cost, and you present me with a 20 or 30 minute chat where you can document why you believe this, I'll back you.
Okay. I'll have that
Quite
done.
frankly, I don't see too many other people offering you that.
No,
I believe in you.
thank you.
You're good. And you're way better than the amount of effort and the amount of time and money you're putting into it. There's no reason you shouldn't be a superstar. You're articulate, you're smart. I see you not reading from a prompter. I know you have notes, which is smart. You obviously you're making preparation for this show. You've got your notes. You're looking down your notes. That's fine. I know I'm with that. You put a lot of time and effort into your notes. And then you're putting a lot of time and effort into setting this up. And then you're taking probably the bullshit comments, but you have the confidence to do it, right? I'll back you.
All right, thank you. I will definitely get that information. You'll be hearing from me. You'll definitely be hearing from me.
We're
Now-
watching a show. He has 250,000 people.
Now, folks,
250.
we just got a couple more people that just joined us. You guys joined us at the right time.
He was in a commercial break. That's why.
I have 3 opportunities for you guys to win. Who wants to play some trivia for some doobie snacks? Oh yeah, let's go. All righty. We have our first one up, right? Would you want to come closer? We're doing this for real now. I know you've been here patiently. I appreciate you. All right, Pippin. Pick your number between 1 and 24.
17.
All right, you called it.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but let's go.
Where is Kobe on the all-time?
I already did this one.
No,
Yeah, I did 17. On the all-time scoring
I
list?
thought we did LeBron.
Yeah, he did one. Did you do LeBron? No, I did the Barry Sanders one. Someone did Kobe, I heard it, so I'll do another one. Oh, no, I did Deion second.
He did the teams for Dion.
Yeah, I did the one with LeBron, and I heard someone else who went Kobe. So
Okay.
that's all right. Let's do number 3.
You know, I appreciate that. Okay. Number 3. It's too new in the season for this question.
Okay. 15.
That's the LeBron question.
All right, 22.
Alrighty. You I know you're gonna end up getting this one. Remember, you guys can't help him.
No help from the audience.
No help from the audience. Because you don't want him to win your prize. Like, you know, you guys get the opportunity to win too. What quarterback has the most wins in Broncos history?
Yeah, but I don't know a lot of quarterbacks. I only know Peyton Manning.
Let's go ahead and give you some music here.
Give us a hint. What's the first letter of his name?
First letter of the last name.
First letter of the last name.
E.
I said no help.
You still won't know it.
Yeah, well, I don't think I know.
Really?
It's John Elway.
It really was John Elway. They really told you. Listen, like the only two people that probably could have been was John Elway or Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't really know.
I want to do question 1.
You want to do question
You
1?
should give him a Heat question. He obviously follows the Heat. He's got a hat on. Who's the top scorer from the Heat since
Okay.
they started the league?
That question also isn't ready yet.
You can Google
It's
it.
out of season.
You can Google it.
Oh no, I'm talking about the number 1 question. The number 1 question that he had. What was your question?
Let's do a football question. My question was, who's the top scorer for the Heat since they started in the league? Shaquille O'Neal. Didn't
Not there.
LeBron play for them?
Shaquille O'Neal. That is a good question. Shaquille O'Neal wouldn't be there long enough.
Google it.
It probably would be. It'd have to be Dwayne Wade. It couldn't be Haslam.
What about the guy who had the kidney problem?
What? Udonis Haslam has averaged 1.6 points per game for the last 10 years. I don't think. I don't think he's gonna make that.
That's question 1.
Okay, so you said you want a football question?
Yeah, I'll do a football question.
Alrighty. Football.
Maybe that's my question. Hey, sir.
Oh no, your answer is definitely gonna be Dwayne Wade.
For the Heat. Dwayne Wade, 21,500 points. That boy jumped a lot.
Oh no, he had to. Like, there's not too many because Dwayne Wade is also one of the greatest players to play for the Heat.
You know what his nickname is? Sir Jump a lot.
No, his name is Wade County, Mr. Flash.
Sir Jump a lot.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Football
You
trivia.
got more people out here than you have online.
That was part of the goal of coming to a live audience. I wanted to be seen more. Alrighty.
I swear to God, I will change your life. That's what I do.
All right. I will definitely give you a call. I promise you that. Alrighty. It's gonna be easy. I know what? Nah. I have no soccer questions. I'm sorry. I could pull up one. All right, football. There's 4 answers for this. What team? This is an easy. What team won 3 Super Bowls in the 90s?
In the 90s. You won 3 in the 90s? Cowboys. Yeah, I don't know if they won 3 in the 90s.
Oh, this is
Go to team. Cowboys. What's the question? Tony's pretty good at this.
Stop Googling.
I believe.
Oh, it's not even him. My bad.
I already said the Cowboys. That was my guess.
Oh, what's your answer?
Cowboys.
Oh, you going with the Cowboys?
Yeah,
That's your final answer.
Let's see the Cowboys or Steelers.
San Francisco.
I'm guessing Cowboys, but I don't think they won.
Wait, who's answering the question? Was it you or him?
Me.
Okay. Oh, okay. So is Cowboys your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Sure.
I guess.
You want to go with that one?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Steve Young.
You won.
Oh,
You're correct. Come up here for your doobie snack.
Yeah, I didn't think they won three in the 90s. I knew they did.
No, well, if I would have asked you who lost 4 Super Bowls.
Bills.
Okay.
They lost 2 to the Cowboys. So, all right. Appreciate yourself, what? Thank you, bro.
Very welcome.
You can't afford to give away shit.
All right. Who's next? Who else wants to play? Did you just play?
Let me play.
He didn't play.
All right.
But I'll play.
What do you want?
Rugby union.
Oh, goodness.
Be a baseball.
Baseball question. Alrighty. Name 2 teams Deion Sanders played for.
Yeah.
Yes.
I already answered this question last time.
But you answered this for football.
Yeah, but we included his 2 baseball teams.
So name his 2 baseball teams.
It was the Yankees and the
See?
Yankees
And that's just why, see? And I was giving you a layup. I thought I was giving you the layup. I was like, hey, alley-oop. Like, I've been watching Legacy lately. I've been getting my magic on. I thought I was giving you an easy one.
Oh, Atlantic Bridge.
There you go. Come on for your doobie snack.
Give me another one. I already knew the answers to it.
Alrighty. Okay. It's going to be basketball.
Yeah.
Let me get a basketball. No.
Who wants the basketball question?
I'll take it. I'll take a basketball.
Okay, I'll let this be a group effort. You can ask your timeline. You can't Google about it. You can ask your timeline. You can even call a friend. I even allow you to call a friend for this one. Who drafted Chris Webber?
Oh, I know this. I know this.
San Antonio.
Chris Webber is one of the very few players in his time. He's actually the reason for our current contract arrangement. Because when he was signed as a rookie, he forced himself out as a rookie to the team you probably think he was drafted to. So a lot of people know him for his rookie team, but it depends if you know his rookie team or his actual drafted team. Because he played for one and didn't really
What's
play
the
for
first letter?
It's too easy. There's only one of them with that letter.
North, south, east, or west?
South. Let's give him some music for this one. If you guys think you guys know the answers out there, you guys let me know.
Did he ever play for him? Or did he get traded immediately before he ever bounced the ball?
I think he bounced the ball for 10 games. I don't think he ever played. I think he bounced the ball for like 10 games for them. But he's the reason. But he is the 100%. They don't call it the Chris Webber rule, which is very odd. But he is the reason for the current rookie contract.
So the team that drafted me only played 10 games.
Oh no, not these days. So most players these days they get drafted. They get traded on draft night. Yeah, they may get traded on draft night. So you don't go to your team and sign your contract yet.
Oh, he signed his contract.
He went to his team, signed his contract, and it was like, yeah, this ain't gonna happen. What year was Chris Webber drafted? That's a trivia question in itself. What year was Chris Webber drafted? Is that the Allen Iverson draft?
You have a computer.
That was 96. How's the Kobe draft?
Was it the same year? Was Chris Webber the Kobe draft too? Allen Iverson, Ray,
I think it was 94 with Shaq.
the Chris Webber, Ray
Let's say you have a
Allen.
computer in front of you.
I know I have a computer. I know. I like to think
Draft is a Shaq, 94.
Webber was the same year as Shaq. I don't know because I think Chris Webber went number 1 that year, if I'm not mistaken. The year Chris Webber was drafted, I'm pretty sure he went number 1 that year.
It was 93.
Okay. Was he number 1? Was he number 1 pick?
I don't want to give the answer.
Oh.
Okay? I know the answer now.
It's funny. You guys mentioned somebody, and that person actually went to that team. What's that? Is that gonna be your Is that gonna be your answer?
Orlando Magic.
Portland, yeah.
Did you get him? It is the Orlando Magic.
In 1990. I didn't know that because I asked Siri.
No,
Chris Webber was drafted originally by the. Come up and get your prize.
I just guessed because I'm thinking of South team.
Listen, you understand your prize is inedible.
Oh, they know what their prize is.
What is your prize?
Do me
You give it away. Oh my God. What are you not a sponsor? You're giving away. And apparently, very tightly rolled joints as well. Not your first rodeo.
No, they're good. All right. I'm going to give you guys one more shot at the last one. You guys want that shot? All righty. I'm going to make you work for this one. It could be a group effort. I'm pretty sure I've given you guys this one before, at least one of you two. I don't know if I want to pick the hard one. I want to pick the easy one. You want the hard one? Name 7 Hall of Fame players LeBron has played with.
Oh, I got it. Shaq. That's one.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Alan, you ready?
Wait, are they already in the Hall of Fame, you're saying?
I can take potential future where we know
Wait.
first round Hall of Famers.
Like, Dwayne Wade's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
I think I give you Ray Allen already. Because you said Shaq, Ray Allen, and Dwayne Wade.
People that Kobe played with, is that what you said?
That LeBron James. The Hall of Famers LeBron James has played
Oh,
with.
then Kobe.
Chris Bosh did make, actually, he is officially in the Hall of Fame. He actually, I was going to say, yeah, he ain't quite there yet. We'll wait till, no. He got indicted. He did. Okay. I'll write them down for you.
That LeBron played with?
That LeBron played with.
You said that.
All right. What do you think?
Kyrie Irving.
No, he's not. You can't say
We gonna
that.
hold off on Kyrie.
Yeah, you can't say that.
We gonna hold hold off on Kyrie. Haslam's not gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Udonis Haslam is gonna go in the Heat Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
but he'll never make it. He won't even sniff the Hall of Fame. Like I said, 1.6 points per game for the last 10 years. Like, and he wasn't even getting like 10 rebounds a game. He's basically been on the bench as a support player.
7, 3 or 4.
You got 3 left. You got 4 so far. You got Shaq, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, and then you said, wait, what else you said?
Wait,
You said, wait, yeah, there we go.
that's definitely Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's if he hasn't made it in the Hall of Fame, then he's definitely gonna make it.
Fucking focus. I'm going right here. Oh.
That's where you got Shaq from, was in his Cleveland days.
No, I'm saying is there anyone else?
Oh, in his Cleveland days. What's that? Cleveland's the team that drafted LeBron James. And then he went back to go win a championship eventually. Which one?
Wait, Kobe Bryant.
No,
And the Team USA.
Then you could have seen the whole Team USA. That's a good one. He refs now.
Oh, yeah, that dude that's on ESPN.
Yeah, the ball.
The ball dude.
I know who you're talking about.
Fuck.
Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, he's not in the Hall of Fame, right?
Nah, I don't know he's gonna make the Hall of Fame. He was a good support player.
Are any of them white?
Yes.
Mike Miller's not in the Hall of
Oh, fuck. White chocolate. What's his name?
Mike Williams.
Did he play?
Jason Williams.
Dwayne Wade played with Jason. I don't remember.
No, LeBron didn't play with
I don't remember LeBron James playing with Jason
Williams played
Williams.
on the Cavs.
I'll research that one. I don't remember Jason
He
Williams.
was on the Heat with Wade.
Can I look it up?
Go look that one up. I remember he's on the Heat with Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
That's who he,
On the 2016.
that's who he won his championship with. I don't remember him playing after that year. Didn't White Chocolate retire? Like almost basically, like that whole team damn near retired after that year. Like
I'm wrong.
okay.
That was a good guess.
Who else we got? I'm gonna give you guys like 2 more minutes on this one.
All right. I got one.
LeBron James Cavaliers was shit on that.
But he has a Hall of Famer from there though. He has a Hall of Famer from there. Remember, when you think of the Hall of Fame, it's not the NBA Hall of Fame, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame.
That's saying a lot. You know?
Exactly. So he's played with he's played with an all-around Basketball Hall of Famer.
Is it different?
Because the Basketball Hall of Fame there's players that may not be in the Hall of Fame because of their NBA career, but their international career or their college career would have been enough of a boost to put him in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
So Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson is in the Hall of Fame period, but he didn't play with Magic yet. He wasn't even.
He didn't dribble with it.
Did he even dribble the ball with Magic? He didn't even dribble. Listen, he didn't even dribble the ball with Michael. He's in Kobe's era. He's in the second half of Kobe's era.
He's a point guard for the Cavs that hated LeBron when he got drafted.
A point guard for the.
For the Cavs, 2003. He hated LeBron. He's like, you're not part of this team.
He hated. Wait. Oh, when LeBron got drafted to that team. The point guard for the Cavs
Yeah, I swear on my life.
in 2003.
2003. I swear on my life.
Carmelo Anthony.
No.
Same.
I'll give you Melo.
Yeah, that's it.
What about AD?
He didn't play with Melo.
I'll give you Melo.
Would AD be one?
I can't. I don't trust his ankles to break. I don't trust his ankles to limp him into the Hall of Fame yet.
Melo's in the Hall of Fame.
So is Russell Westbrook.
I'll give you Russell Westbrook.
Oh, I heard.
All right. What about Kevin Love?
Kevin Love's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know.
One of the best three-point shooters of all time.
Oh.
Yes or no?
I don't know if I'll call him one of the best 3-point shooters of all time.
Percentage-wise, yes.
Kevin Love?
Based off the amount of attempts he's taken.
Are we talking about? Okay, is it true shooting percentage? That's what we're looking at here.
Yeah, he is, for sure.
Kevin Love. I don't know if I'm ready to give you Kevin Love though.
I know Carmelo's definitely in the Hall of Fame.
Carmelo Anthony's gonna go make it into Hall of Fame because of his college career.
All right, but you can say
College career and
if
the
we're going off that, then we can say
No.
Rondo, too.
Before the Knicks, too.
what's that?
If we're going off that, we can say Rondo.
Oh, Rondo.
We can say Rondo.
Rondo is a Hall of Famer.
Rondo's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
He may not.
Oh.
Rondo doesn't have the numbers.
Well, there's a,
Rondo doesn't have the numbers.
He's one of the best point guards of the early
There's a so was Rob Strickland. He ain't in the Hall of Fame either. You understand? There's a lot of good point guards. There's a lot of good players in the league. Are you Hall of Fame worthy? I don't know. I don't listen.
Yeah. Okay, so we need one more.
You need one more.
Iguodala.
Who?
Oh.
Iguodala. Andre Iguodala.
He didn't play with Andre Iguodala.
Played the Cavs.
He played against him.
I'm
Oh,
almost
he didn't
positive.
play with him.
You didn't play with the Cavs?
No.
Williams.
Mo Williams is a good 3-point shooter. I don't think he has enough credentials to make it to the Hall of Fame either. He's already out the league too. So he's been more than 5 years out the league. So he hasn't even been talked about yet. If he does, he'll be one of those.
What about that center, bro? Right?
You talking about the Brazilian dude?
Yeah, he's talking about what's his name, but he can't fucking shoot. It was Verjao, wasn't it?
Virgil may be an interesting one because he could be in the Hall of Fame based off his international career. He's one of those guys.
Verjao, Henderson Verjao. That's Will.
The curly head one, I know you're talking about. The bald head one is who I thought you guys were gonna say when he asked if any of them were white.
It's a weird ass thing. His first name is Z, last name is
Z.
No, last name's
That's what you're talking about. Zajunas Glaskius. I'll give you Zajunas, and you can come claim your prize.
Can we light these joints so I can smoke one? Shit. Giving out these prizes, I'm fucking over here.
That's what
See
we.
if this shit's even any good.
Oh, they're good.
That made me cough a little bit.
Oh man. And folks, that's how MyT trivia segment for the day that we like to put on over here at
You're
Sharkies.
giving away some good shit.
Thank you.
We got one more. We done.
That was the last prize.
I was gonna say Sean Perry.
Did he play Sean? Did he play with Sean Marion?
I know he was on the Cavs. I don't know if he put him.
Sean Marion. Sean Marion was.
You roll a fucking tight joint right now.
Thank you. Send it to. Those are stops.
Sean Perry played for the Cavs. I swear on my life.
Sean Marion. If he played for the Cavs, I don't know if he played for during LeBron's. Era.
Check.
Did he?
Check.
Did he?
Check.
I'm gonna look up that one. Sean. Also, I don't know if Sean Marion's
Sean
on.
Perry's a Hall of Famer for sure.
I'm gonna pull that. Let me see. Sean Marion. He did play for Cleveland.
Hot take. I have a hot take.
Talk to me.
Cowboys with the Super Bowl.
Oh, God.
See, I don't know if that's a hot take or if you should be like checked into a mental institution for that.
Top 5 quarterback touchdowns.
Top 5 quarterback touchdowns.
Who scored the most touchdowns? Top 5.
Oh,
Oh, that's easy.
Brady,
Pey-
Michael Vick.
Breeze,
Michael Vick.
Peyton Manning.
Manning, John, was it Steve Young maybe?
Dan Marino was up there for a long time.
Yeah, because see, this is where it gets tricky. Top 5 because
Use the computer.
I know, but the computer doesn't allow us to debate it though and talk about it for a
I
while.
think Dan Marino will be number 5 because he was number 1 for a long time.
Okay, now I gotta look that up.
Dropped down 4
Let's
places.
see. All-time touchdowns.
Steve Young. And the guy he replaced.
Joe Montana.
John
John Roberts.
Oh, let's say it again. Give me number 5.
Aaron Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers at number 5. Most touchdowns. How many touchdowns?
451.
God damn.
Stop cheating.
How many? Okay, who's number 4?
Number 4 is Brett Favre.
Brett, that piece of shit.
Dan Marino.
Hold on, let's pause for a second. Let's pause for a second.
You're fucking looking it up.
He asked me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, so all right.
Have y'all heard what happened with Brett Favre recently?
What?
Brett Favre was a welfare baby. He didn't get cancer. He's a cancer. So Brett Favre recently got caught for stealing money from a welfare fund, right? Or getting paid from from a state's welfare fund so that he can build a golf course.
Stop.
In the name of love.
Before you break my heart.
In the name of God.
Oh my God, that's so grimy.
Yes. Brett.
Love trivia.
Yeah.
So who's number 3?
What's the question?
Peyton Manning, number 3.
That's handicap. 7. Listen, that's all I can do for home. I played Woodmont, Cold Springs, OPB League. That course is hard. That course is really. I practice that. Osprey.
Well, you said Peyton Manning was number 3?
What?
So it's number 1 and 2, Breeze and Brady?
Breeze and then Brady number 1.
What was the question?
Wait, who's number 4 then again?
Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's right. That's why I left it blank.
What was the football question?
Well, we was just trying to figure out the top 5 quarter. Wait, so who's number 6 on that list? Because we're pushing out Brett Favre. He won't be in this list anymore. Number 6 is Dan Marino. Philip Rivers. See, you know what? You know what? When I hear these passing numbers, it's like being a basketball fan and hearing these scoring numbers.
Who has won the most golf majors, not including Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus?
Oh, not including Jack Nicklaus and Peyton Manning?
Not including Tiger Woods with Jack
Robert Ory?
So let's say the 5 after that.
I wouldn't even.
5 after Nicholas.
It was the fetch dude.
I wouldn't even know. I listen.
No, you can Google it. We can
I-
answer, and we'll have a good time.
I would-
It's all about you.
Is Rory already up there?
Alright. Now what was it?
Who's won the most golf majors after Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus? Top 5 after that.
Gary Player, maybe?
Okay.
Gary Player.
Oh, this-
Hager?
Gary Player's definitely up there.
Gary Player is up there.
Well,
He is-
that how you say his name?
He is tied for 4th or 5th.
What?
Gary Player is okay. So he's up there. He's 1, 2. He's the third.
Jack Nicklaus?
He's number 5 on the list, but he's
How
third.
many has he won at number 5?
He has won a total of 9.
9. 9 is number 5. So we have 2, 3,
Who's Bryson
4,
Nelson?
and 6 and 7. So we can go less than 9.
Who's Brian Nelson?
It's gonna be all
Brian Nelson, I don't see him on the list.
Is Sam Snead in there? Arnold Palmer.
So-
I
missed the question. Hold on.
who won
So we're going
majors
over
after
the-
Tiger?
Other than Woods.
I got Jack Nicklaus who won 18.
Okay, so give me one.
Jack Nicklaus who won 18.
Well, we know Jack. We after.
Oi, no Googling.
Well,
Wait. Can I ask
I'm
a question? How many does Arnold Palmer have?
Arnold Palmer.
All right, so Phil
No. Whoa, time out. Arnold Palmer doesn't have 10. Arnold Palmer does not have 10 because only 3 players have more.
Phil Mickelson has 6, right?
Wait, are we just talking about Masters?
No, major.
Majors. Okay, so Phil Mickelson he has 6 Masters, but he has 18 majors.
No, he doesn't. No. Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, you said Phil. Oh, sorry, you said Phil. My bad. You're right. You said Phil.
Nick Fowler.
Phil is at. You're right. Phil is at 6. Phil is at 6. Arnold Palmer's at 7.
Semi Ballesteros. Is Semi Ballesteros on there?
In the top 5 after Woods and Nicholas, no.
Top 7. Because we were allowing for 2, we're asking for 5.
So
Is
the
Semi Ballesteros on there?
no,
Bernhard Langer.
no.
Brooks Koepka.
Did I see that somewhere? No.
You have 2 or 4.
Well, outside of Tiger and Nicholas, one other individual has double-digit majors. Majors.
What's the first name of their first name? First letter of their first name?
I'll give you both initials. WH. There you go.
Is Sam Snead on there?
Sam Snead is not in the first 5 after these guys. He's in the top 10 though. He's tied for 7th with 7.
Tom Watson?
Tom Watson is in there. Yes, he is. Tom Watson would be 4th, or if you want to call it 6th. So we got Gary Palmer, we got Tom Watson, we got Walter Hagen. We're missing 2 people.
Missing 2 people?
One of them is from Jersey. And literally
One's from where? One's from where?
Jersey.
New Jersey?
So as I'm looking at this, and it says country, and it has all their countries. His is Jersey. This is in the 1800s. So who's the golf historian here? Who's the golf historian? Who's the golf historian here? The golf historian. Which one is the golf historian? Who's the golf historian? Okay. The other guy, he's from Jersey. He played in the 1800s. Initials HV. 7 majors. Was born in the 1800s. He may not have played. He's born in the 1800s. Damn, he died young too. Damn. Wait a minute. Oh, that's his winning span. His first name, Harry. Harry.
Harry Vagan?
Harry Varden? Varden? And then the last guy, I don't know if you guys mentioned him or not, but Ben Hogan. Ben Hogan as well. He has 9.
Like the top 10 money winners that go. After Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods.
Top 10 money winners.
Wait, now it doesn't count though because we got literature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His answer's going to be before that.
All right, we just do the PJ. We want to do PJ Tour?
It's just top 10 money winners other than Tiger and Phil.
Top 10 money winners on golf other than Phil. Well, the money has gone up now, so these guys could have surpassed a lot of people back in the days easily. Huh. So for the top 10 money winners, alrighty. So I don't know if we want to go as deep as 10. That's going to be a lot. But can you guys give me the top 5 after Tiger Woods?
After Tyson to what?
As money, because Nicholson isn't there.
He's not.
No.
He made 60 million.
Wait. No, but that's a big question. Is it on the PGA Tour or in general?
I have career money leaders.
Number 2.
Not just PGA. So I have career money leaders, period. Where they have Tiger at 100.
What's the number for Mickelson? Out of curiosity.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Okay, on PGA.
So they
What's the
so
dollar amount for Mickelson?
Mickelson. Where the hell is he?
He's like 60 million.
Okay, no, maybe this is this may be PGA Tour statistics. Never mind. This is PGA Tour. Yeah, this is Yeah, this is PGA Tour, but it's PGA Tour career money leaders.
So what does it say for Mickelson?
That's probably who's on it live. That's what he's probably looking at. Probably the live players.
I don't see him on this list that I'm looking at. So they may not be for some reason they may not be listing him. I'm on NBC.
Taking him off the list.
Yeah, I put him on NBC.
They take him off the list. You can't even Google him anymore.
Yeah.
What about Brian Nelson?
No, good man, Mickelson. He says he's not even on the list. They've taken him off the list since he went to live.
God, he sounds like Pluto. Take him off the planet.
That's crazy. But yeah, they
Adam Smith just won last week too, didn't he, against
okay. So I'm gonna switch.
You know the best person who's made the most money of night is Pat Perez. He's fucking on that winning team every week. And even though he comes 50th and 60th, he keeps getting $1 million bonus for being on the team.
Sorry, teams of the President's Cup.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, that's much watch TV.
Alrighty, so let's go. So we have Sergio Garcia coming in at 54 mil at number 10.
What's that?
We have Sergio Garcia coming in at 54 mil at number 10. We have Matt Kuchar coming in at 54 mil also at number 9. Justin Rose at 57 mil. Adam Scott at 59 mil. Rory McIlroy at 66 mil. Oh, Vijay Singh at 71 mil. Jim Furyk at 71 mil at number 4. Dustin Johnson, number 3 at 74 mil. Phil Mickelson is, okay, here goes his number. 94 mil is Phil Mickelson, number 2. And then, so yeah, so that's crazy. If you go on NBC Sports, they took Phil out of there. That's what I was looking at. If you look at NBC Sports, they completely wiped Phil out of there. He is no longer on there. Damn, that's crazy. Like I said, that's just NBC being butthurt. That is 100% just ABC being butthurt. But now, did you guys get a chance to watch these Monday Night Football games? Oh man,
Is there a quiz on it?
How good does Buffalo look?
Well, I'm taking them against the Dolphins with 6 points.
That's listen. You gotta. I don't see it. It's gonna be hard to bet against Buffalo. Buffalo's becoming one of those quick teams that it's gonna be hard to bet against them from week to week. Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City is one of them. I don't like to go ahead and bet against Aaron Rodgers too often. But Patrick Mahomes, he's really turning into one of those guys. Like, I don't know if I could bet against him. And Stephon Diggs, if he's not the best wide receiver in the league, right? He needs to consistently be in that top 3 talk. And he's put on the numbers this year.
Who's the best quarterback in the world?
I was just mentioning last week. The same shit.
The best quarterback. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Justin Herbert in a weird way. Top 2 teams to beat.
Who's in the Super Bowl right now?
Top 2 teams to beat is still going to be Tampa Bay. You have to still beat Tampa Bay.
Who do you think's in the Super Bowl?
Who I think's in the Super Bowl? Philly and Baltimore.
Cowboys?
Now you want a hot take? You want a hot take? Like, listen.
He said Bills and the Cowboys.
Cowboys fan. You want a hot take for you? I got one. I got Philly and Baltimore in the Super Bowl.
What?
Before the season started, Philly and Baltimore.
Philly, baby. Baltimore, no.
Before the season, now Baltimore isn't living up to it. Before the season started, Philly and
All
Baltimore.
right, but today, who you got?
I'm still going Philly, and I'm probably gonna go, and I'm probably end up going Buffalo.
Buffalo and Philly, if anything.
I really like Justin Hurts. And that Jalen Hurts. I really like Jalen. I was a fan. Jalen Hurts and Tua came out the same year. If you would have asked me, I would have picked Jalen Hurts before Tua. I said this in the draft. I said this before they came out. Jalen Hurts would have been the quarterback I would have been with. And I'll ask you guys, when you think of a professional quarterback these days, right? Most quarterbacks within their first couple of years, they go through a couple of offensive coordinators. Because most of these guys are going to bad teams, right? So they go through a couple of offensive coordinators, they go through a couple of head coaches, they switch teams, they switch offenses, they switch schemes, and they have to learn how to thrive in that. Jalen Hurts had that in college, and he thrived. He literally had somebody take his job and was benched, came back, unbenched, did the same thing that the guy took his job. The thing that people praised Tua for, Jalen Hurts came back and did, and they still got rid of him. Then he went to Oklahoma and put up similar numbers. Jalen Hurts has never fallen off. In Oklahoma?
No, Alabama.
We're talking about Jalen Hurts in Oklahoma. But what about him in Tua?
He was at Alabama.
I know that. He was there too. Took him where?
Took over his role.
I know that. But he took over his role, but it wasn't fully necessary because the same way, in the same aspect, right? Where Tua took over his job and won, Jalen Hurts took his job and won as well. So what that showed me is that they jumped the gun going for the younger guy. It was similar skill sets.
They went for it because of just for that one game. I think
Well, if you remember that year, they wanted to go to Tua from the whole. Remember that year they were already splitting reps. Half the game was Jalen Hurts, half the game was Tua. But also you have that dynamic in college because college you can get blowouts. You'll get 71-3 in the first half, and so you can let Tua come in and cook for another 122 points, right? Like that's just the nature of college. But my big caveat about Jalen Hurts is that he went to Oklahoma. He switched teams. I see. People look at him switching teams as a bad thing. That's a plus to me. Most young quarterbacks coming to the NFL, they can't deal with change. Every single time they switch offensive coordinators, they talk about, oh, we don't know if he's going to be successful. Every time they switch head coaches, it's an excuse on why the quarterback isn't good. Jalen Hurts has already learned how to be productive again underneath a new system in college. Tua only knew the one system. Coming out of college, I would have picked Jalen Hurts. I'll call you. All righty. So when Jalen Hurts is cooking right now, I'm one of those few guys. I'm like, I'm not surprised. I'm looking. Because I thought he was this. I thought he. Now, let me step back. Did I think he was Michael Vick good? No, because he's looking Michael Vick good. He's looking Cam Newton MVP here good. Like with his combination of rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns, he is putting up numbers of some of the great fantasy football quarterbacks of all time, who are also some of the great quarterbacks of all time as well. That's Jalen Hurts, second year in the league. And they added weapons to that team. They said, goodness gracious, how you going to get A.J. Brown and then draft his younger brother? Like, people make mistakes. Hey, people get shot every day, B. God damn. You know what happened? You know what though? No. I can't. You know what? That's a hindsight statement. Because I'm gonna tell you this: Patrick Mahomes, kind of the Texas Tech, wasn't that coveted. He was not. Now, depend on what you look for in quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes was that good. Now, if you remember that year, that whole talk was Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota. I think that was that year, right? Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota. Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech was that the year before? Yeah. Who was Marcus Mariota's year? Because quarterbacks won it. Pimpin', you missed out on trivia.
I know. I was trying to run over here.
I'm not done with the show, but I got no more doobie snacks for trivia. But I got a bowl. So, yeah, when it comes to Patrick Mahomes, it's one of those hindsight kind of. It's okay. It's one of those hindsight kind of statements. Now, I'm gonna tell you this though. Patrick Mahomes has one of the single talents that I look for in all of my quarterbacks. And I've been looking for this in my quarterback for a good decade plus now. I'm a Jets fan. It's okay. I've learned to live with it.
You guys will be fine this year.
Fine, you mean 6 wins?
Yeah, like 7.
Listen, it's just because you guys like the just because you guys like the show, you don't have to placate to my team. It's okay. You can talk shit about my team. It's all right. No, Garrett Wilson, our rookie wide receiver. That's the next Keyshawn. That's the next Jeffrey. That's the next wide receiver. But that's wide receivers are coming out like that now. But he did. They have to find a way to keep. Oh shit! Sorry, you always distract me. But Patrick Mahomes does have a talent that I would have looked for to draft over most other quarterbacks. I look for all of my quarterbacks to be baseball players. It's one of those hidden skills. It's like how they look for running backs and wide receivers to possibly be track stars, right? Or if you have an offensive or defensive lineman. Do I like Kyler Murray? No. And yes. Just because he has... I still think it's too small. Let's put it that way. So I like him, but I still think I believe probably would have, or more respected. Like it's all about respect, right? He would have been respected a little bit more. But he literally is my size. Like it's ridiculous. Like he's no bigger than Warwick Dunn. Out here selling tiny homes, you know. But back to what I was saying. He had a particular skill set as a baseball player, which made me specifically like him. So when I saw that quarterback go to an Andy Reid led team, I knew that was a perfect match in heaven. Like that was just perfect. That was ultimate matrimony. You can see how he could possibly mold that guy. And you guys have seen it. Some of your better court and those launch angles that Patrick Mahomes has, they covered him for. All they are is release points for a baseball player. Really look at it. They're just the different release angles that a baseball player has already in their muscle memory. Look at Aaron Rodgers. Look at you talk about Kyler Murray, but I can't talk about Kyler Murray's throws so much. But look at Matthew Stafford. They all have similar skill sets. Now some do it better than others, but they all have had the same similar skill sets throughout their whole entire career. Look at their launch angles. Look at their release points. They all can get the ball off this way, that way, like this, because that's baseball. While every football player has learned to do this, baseball players have learned to do this. They learn to do this. They learn to do this. Football players learn to throw like robots. Baseball players have learned to use every single muscle in your fiber to release that ball. And I like that for this. So now when it comes to your quarterback doesn't always have to have perfect footing to throw the ball as a baseball player, because you're just used to better accuracy off the run. You're better accuracy off balance. He was the perfect match. And in that draft class, best quarterback to it. But it's kind of hindsight. I don't think what he was doing in Texas Tech at the time was enough to push him over. But also, did he go number 10? He went number 10, didn't he? 11? So he didn't fall that far. Like Andy Reid saw it, he was like, we're going up. That's the year we got Sam Darnold? Was that? No, I thought it was the Jets. Did we get Sam Darnold? No, Sam. Oh. My sister. Who did we have that year? I don't even want to. I don't even know if I want to reminisce about that one. That one sounds like it hurts. So the Yankees come away with this win. Aaron Judge ends the night not making home run number 61. So it looks like he's still going to be tied for this. He's still tying with Babe Ruth. And I'll give you guys an update on that one. So I haven't seen if he hit 61 or not. I figured I would have got a notification, but I haven't seen any kind of notifications anywhere. So I'm going to assume that he stayed exactly at his same number. Now we have about like 15 minutes left in the show. So we're going to finish this off talking football. I know that you guys were like, yo, when are you going to get into Thursday night football? Oh, it's not even Thursday night football here. When are you going to get into Thursday night football? We can get into Thursday night football right now, Pimpin. Folks, tomorrow night, we have Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. Let's see how the crowd feels. Who you guys got between Pittsburgh and Cleveland tomorrow? Cleveland? Woo! That's a I didn't check the spread. I do all my bets straight up. Let's take a look. Cleveland versus Pittsburgh. We'll get that in a second. Now, yeah, that Thursday night game is going to be kind of tough. I'm pretty sure I'm leaning towards Pittsburgh. And I'm leaning towards Pittsburgh because I don't see them losing to their division rival. What up, Johnny? I don't see them losing to their division rival, the Cleveland Browns. Just, you understand, like, this is a very competitive division, right? And this is one of those divisions that you can't really, like, you don't take for granted. This is one of the hardest hitting divisions out there too. Like I don't think you guys understand. I don't know if I can co-sign or even think that the Cleveland Browns are going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, regardless who the Pittsburgh Steelers have for their quarterback right now. I know you're probably thinking, like, you know what? Cleveland started off slow. They're going to want to redeem themselves and not go back into this slump that they were in. But who's the guy on Cleveland that's going to motivate this team to try to start getting wins early in the season when it matters? Who's the motivating factor? Like I get it. Like Jacoby Brissett is a good quarterback. I get it. Jacoby Brissett is a reliable quarterback that you can count on, and you know that he's not going to kill you. But while he's not killing you, can he guarantee you wins? Can he guarantee to motivate your team to put up that extra fight? I don't think so. But the Pittsburgh Steelers have that regardless of who their quarterback is, because the Pittsburgh Steelers still have Mike Tomlin. They still got wide receiver U. They still have the pride and the history of that organization to rely on, to motivate players. I'm telling you, I'm going Pittsburgh for tomorrow night's game. And let's see if I can find. I was looking for the spread on this one. See if we could find what the numbers are. Let's see. Negative 4.5. Under over 38 points. The money line 220 for the Browns. Under 220 for the Browns. Over 180 for the Steelers. The Steelers are 9-10-1 against the spread in the past 20 games. Damn. The Cleveland Browns are 8-11 against the spread in the last 19 games. And let's see, in their last head-to-head matchups, we're gonna see. We really gonna see. Holy shit. I can't wait to talk to Natalie tomorrow. Listen, one of my best friends. We gonna have a talk tomorrow. We gonna talk tomorrow. Sorry. You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I smoked some of mine when you made it.
Who what?
I smoked some of mine when you made it. She took your winnings.
Ah, that's what's up. But you know what you guys can do, right?
If you couldn't make one for you.
So don't you guys forget, we are doing a raffle, folks. We are doing a raffle. And what we have a raffle for is 2 tickets to go see The Art of Lust 3. The Art of Lust 3 is an all-women's immersive art event. We're talking about women vendors, women artists, women canvases. And we are raffling off 2 tickets for the Art of Lust 3. The show is going to be on October 21st from the Center for the Art, for Coral Springs Center for the Arts. Raffle tickets are only $1. We will be announcing the winner on October 12th. So please make sure you guys get a raffle ticket before you guys leave here and join the raffle, folks. Raffle tickets $1 for the art show on October 21st. You're gonna like this art show. It's an all women art show, all women everything. Like you understand? Like you remember that old school Jay-Z song, like girls, 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 girls I do adore. That's what we're talking about here. And I'll tell you, there will be body paint. There will be body paint. I have confirmed there will be body paint. So let's draw this back in. So if I have to pick a team, if I have to pick between Pittsburgh and Cleveland tomorrow night, I'm definitely gonna go Pittsburgh Steelers. I have no faith in Cleveland. Cleveland may start getting motivated to win games when Deshaun Watson comes back, and even then, I don't think I'm gonna pick Cleveland to win any games this season. I'm personally. You hear me, Cleveland? Like I'm not a fan of what you guys have done. I'm not a fan of what you guys did for football. I'm not a fan of what you guys did for basketball. I'm not a fan of any of it. Right now, I'm just hating the whole entire city of Cleveland. So Cleveland,
this is for you.
Man, listen, I hope so. Like, listen, I'm also this even without a decent quarterback. This is still big brother versus little brother. That's how Pittsburgh looks at Cleveland. We refuse to let, like, when you hear people in this from like former players from this division talk, when they talk about the Cleveland Browns, even the Cincinnati Bengals, they're like mainly so when former Baltimore Ravens players and former Pittsburgh Steelers players talk about Cincinnati, any of the 2 teams from Ohio. Let's just make this easy, right? They put no respect on their name. Those are 2 teams you're not losing to. Like we beat them We don't care if we're down 27 points at the half. We're coming back to beat them. And you know what's even crazy? And people don't realize it. You saw it on Sunday with Joe Flacco and the Jets. Even he still had it in him that I refuse to lose to Cleveland. Like, you understand? So now they about to play Pittsburgh with no motivator on Cleveland. Nobody to say, hey, let's go out and get this one, guys. Let's go get this one for the Gipper. Right now, they don't got that. But people go out there and get this win for Mike Tomlin. They're gonna go out there and get this game for the Roonies. They're gonna go out there and get this game for the Steel Curtain and Steel a Nation. Yeah, I see the Steelers winning this game. I see the Steelers come out a nice little victory here. I'm sorry, Cleveland fans. You're gonna have a rough start, but I guess you guys expected this, right? You guys got rid of your okay quarterback to get a quarterback that can't play for 10 weeks. Like, where they do that at? What's going on, Pippen? Where they do that at? You get rid of your quarterback that's gotten you to the playoffs
This is how we are right now.
for the last couple of weeks, right? You get rid of him.
See this?
Okay, I'm gonna have you do something even better then. Buy 10 raffle. Buy 25 raffle tickets instead.
Come on, let's do it right now.
Alrighty. Because I'm doing a raffle for an art show.
I know you told me.
So appreciate the love. Listen, I'm not gonna let him tip me. No. This is going to the raffle. This is going 100% to the raffle. Oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 for a bonus. You're my dog. Appreciate that.
Come on, let's run it up.
Only thing that we got to fill these all out though. So why?
Hey, he's still gonna throw a little tip in there too.
You know what though? I appreciate you even more. Even better. Even better.
We gotta show love tonight.
Even better. Yeah, only thing you're gonna have to fill these out though. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Come on, we figure them out. So you take one, I take one. That's how it works.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get all the top half. I'm gonna get the top half with your information on it. You keep the bottom half, and I'll announce the winners on October 21st. And if you win, you get 2 tickets.
I'm definitely gonna win though.
And you get 2 tickets. If you got a smoochie, you bring your smoochie with you real quick. MyT Sports Podcast. Yo, shout out to my boy V. Yo, he just bought himself a bunch of raffle tickets. For real. I got you. Yeah, I'm live right now. We live everywhere. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Instagram. No, we're not live on Instagram. Instagram feed went down. We're live on Podbean.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna do it on the Grand Tour.
Bet.
Wait, so I put my phone number too, right?
Yeah, put your phone number on there. Even I know which one you are, but make sure you put your phone number. And I'm gonna tell you to say that, everybody.
Boy.
MyT Sports Podcast. Appreciate the love. Right now, we got he got the raffle tickets for the Art of Lust 3.
We got the raffles right now. I'm beating y'all niggas too.
Folks, come up and get yourself some raffle tickets, folks. There's an art show, Art of Lust 3, October 21st. It's gonna be an all-women's venue. And also, so no kids. Dress to impress, people. Dress to impress.
No.
We're still working on getting the director. Hold on, let me. I'll help you out. I'll still fill out the ones down here.
Give me my number.
We are still working on getting the director of the event down here. So she is one of the next, and I'm hoping to get her on here pretty soon. We have 9 shows left before the art show. 9 shows left. So listen here, Nikki. I'm calling you out now. I'm officially fed up, Nikki. I'm calling you out. It is officially time for you to come down here, come onto the show. I don't care if you come down here officially on Sharkies or if you call in, but we got to start getting you on the show. And not only our show, I have a couple of shows I want you to come on. So we're going to have to make some arrangements. So as we get ready to shut the show down pretty soon, right? As we're about to retire from the show, let's go ahead and talk about a retirement I've been meaning to talk about for since the beginning of the season. Now, not Tom Brady. Tom Brady retired, and then he came back. And then Serena Williams, she retired, but then she's talking like she may pull the Tom Brady route, and she may come back.
thought she was gonna take that.
Yo, you know what's funny? Is that you can see the kind of draw she is, right? Like for years, like she's a megastar already in the sport. And we've been watching her. And I think like and, you
They
know,
didn't want to feel bad for her though.
not even that, but
They came to play.
Listen.
She had to come to
People
show.
came
She
to
had
play.
to show out.
Like some people came to play, like to beat her supper, and some people was like, "Oh no, that's my idol over there. I'm gonna take this L."
Yeah, you know.
But even more importantly, the turnout for her. That was
That one girl
that-
said that the crowd was crazy.
that
She
was-
couldn't even fucking.
Yo, that was the most respectful thing ever because we've been seeing crowds for Serena Williams, right?
Yeah.
We've seen celebrities
a difference.
come out and see her play here and there. I've even watched her play there. When she announced her retirement, the turnout to watch her potential last game, that shit's giving me goosebumps now. that is the if people thought or not that she was respected, right? Or if you questioned if she was respected or not, that was your answer. That's the ultimate sign of respect. When every celebrity, when every athlete comes out, to every regular person is watching you because they want to make sure they don't miss your last moment. Whether you win or you lose, they want to miss your last moment on the court, and that is respect. I wish she had her Kobe moment. Like people don't understand how big she is. Like because
The
man,
impact.
God, she is so. And I tell people, I fell in love with Serena when I was a teenager. We're the same age.
too, that
We're the
ass.
same. Yo, like I said, I came into puberty watching Serena Williams. It's like I tell people, when you're a 13-year-old kid and all you're doing is watch. When you,
That ass.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, sir. When you watch a bunch of women
That ass.
going up and down the court talking about, and you're 13, and then Serena pops up in the court with that big old ass, just let you know, like the Jergens was on overtime that time.
And the thickness to move across back
Yo,
and forth like
remember
that.
her sister came before,
That's
and she was like
crazy.
5 times thicker than her sister. You can see the
Oh
media.
yeah.
God. But as we even talk about her greatness, we're not even talking about her potential retire. In the world of tennis, we're actually talking about the retirement of Roger Federer.
Nah, big foe.
Roger Federer's retirement, 20 Grand Slams, which now,
20 Grand
granted, when he
Slams.
made 20 Grand Slams, it was the number to get. And it was a number that we weren't sure if anybody else was going to pass. But since then, we've seen guys like Nadal and also, damn it, not Federer got 20. Damn it, I forget another guy other than now. Only because he's one of those other young cats. He's definitely going to end up breaking this pretty soon as well. So big shout out to bless you.
Thank you,
Big
dog.
shout out to Roger Federer's career as this comes to an end because he's also one of those great guys as well. And I'm gonna tell you something about even not just Roger Federer, even the coming up of damn, I just forgot his name. of Rafael Nadal, right? Rafael Nadal helped make his name based off of the matches he used to have, not only with Pete Sampras, but also with Roger Federer at the time. And in those early days, the only time that he can guarantee himself a win was when he was playing those guys on clay. But man, to see Roger Federer, I'm finally leave this game. And just to also know that Rafael Nadal is not far behind him. But you guys realize this. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Serena Williams, Venus Williams. We're probably going to lose all of them in the next 5 years. And then we'll have a whole new turnover of tennis players to talk about. The Coco Gauffs of the world.
The little young kid who
The
just
Naomi-
won. What's his name? What's the little young kid that just won? the
Don't
whole
know.
shit?
Which I don't know who you're talking about.
The little young
Naomi
kid.
Osaka. We have those. Male or female young kid?
The fucking young kid who just won.
Male or female?
A female?
Or they're male or female?
Oh, male.
Male. I
He
don't
just
know.
won the whole shit. What's his name?
In golf? I mean, in tennis recently?
Yeah.
I don't know who just won recently. I didn't see it.
That 19-year-old kid.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. I'm gonna have to
Look
look
it
that one
up.
up. I did not catch him. I did not catch that one individual. But you know what? This is about the end of the show. We have just about 30 seconds left. I want to thank you guys for listening to the show. I do appreciate it in whichever platform you decide to listen at. And don't you guys forget, continue to transform yourself into the kind of individual that you want to work for you. This is MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Untitled Chapter. I got my boy Victor beside me. I'm filling out these raffle tickets, and we